we are live, and it has been a hot minute since I have played some Thunder 04. I do have the wheel set up, so we'll be racing with that. We're returning at a road course at Infineon, so that's going to be fun. I would say we need our lots of tire grip, so we'll do that one. I don't think tire wear is a big importance, though. Engine power, we could pick one of the weaker ones, not a big deal. And downforce drafting, we definitely do not need that for a road course. So tire wear is our main focus. Everything else could be pretty bland. And I need to select the correct things here. I'm really curious how this one's going to work out, though, with the percent adjustment on the field, because I'm not actually sure for this if the combo's like, if the difficulty's going to be nice. Also, doing this with a wheel is going to be... Oh, my wheel's on 900 degrees. That's not good. Hold on. That's really bad. Because this game takes the full input, so... usually run, what do I run for this? I don't remember anymore. I'm going to go to 120-ish, and we'll call that short. Okay. Okay, not good. Alright, hold on. We're going to up the wheel. I'm going to up the rotation a little bit. And I'll go like 160. Okay, well the in-game animator dude is laggy. I also need to apply qualifying, which I did. And my camera view is the other thing I have to do. Load it and apply it. Let's say, yeah, okay. Alright, sorry, forgot about those things. Alright, let's get to qualifying now with a wheel, with no practice. Just see how it goes. I feel like it's not taking my full input based on the character steering on screen. And the car, hang on. Let me see. I just want to double check real quick if my controller input is going all the way on the mapping screen. Oh, I can't see that. That's the other. Well, then we got what we got. Okay. Because that doesn't look like I'm turning all the way right or left, but it should be. The car is acting mostly like it. It'd be kind of a weird handicap to give myself, is to not be able to turn the wheel all the way in a game that, like, turning all the way is totally fine. It's not one of those where you don't want to turn the wheel all the way like a real car. Alright. Starting the actual lap. Or not. It's fine. Also, like, literally... Let's be real for a second. If I hit something... and you say, ouch, and then you immediately ask me if the car's driving okay, like the instant after I wrecked it, how would I know? I really shouldn't know that quickly. Alright, well, we didn't die in turn 2. I don't know that I'm getting full wheel input. Now we're gonna die here. No! How do I know if I'm getting... Wait, I have a way to check. Maybe. No, that'd be too much effort. Alright, well, we're gonna be last. My pause button. That's not my pause button. That's my mirrors. One of these is a thing. Oh, okay, that's my pause button. Which one's the... Okay. All right, well, we're starting in the back. So we're failing the qualifying goal of our team.
Nascar Winston Cup racing in the Sonoma Valley today. EA Sports is live with flag-to-flag coverage of today's Dodge Save Mart 350 from the Infineon Raceway. This is a track where the drivers will have to stay focused all race long.
Well, these guys only run on
This is going to be really tough.
twice a year, which means they don't spend much time tuning for them. There's a good chance we'll see a new face in victory lane at the end of this one.
Okay. Oh, all right, they're just not going to talk about them.
And of course, nobody wants to be on.
It has Ted Musgrave's name though, so that one should have worked.
Extra hard to pick up spots. It's not an easy task to dig yourself out of a hole in this series.
Oh, we got one of the road course ringers in the field. All right, so let's pause it and get the stats applying.
Radio check. Check back. Looks good. Sounds okay.
And let's get it rolling. So, oh, pylon. Hello, pylon. There you go. And that'll update probably in a lap. Oops. I forgot the throttle is menu. Okay. Also, I have my dad and Stanley Smith both highlighted on the pylon. My dad, because just to point it out. No, I forgot they parked in turn 1. No, I just made a rival immediately. Or in turn 2, they parked. Stanley Smith is our sponsor goal. That's why I have him highlighted. He's right here in front of us, so if he runs back here, it should be a problem, especially with them checking up early. Mater's going to be mad at me already. Yeah, the MRN stuff doesn't work if it doesn't have the name or the right data for them. I know it like it's worked before. I've seen it work. It said stuff about Tim Richmond one time. So I don't know. Like Toe Mater. Alright, well, our qualifying was bad, but the big checkups for certain sections of the track in lap 1 really helped out. To at least scooch us up the ranks. I think our other sponsor goals finished in the top 30, so we're literally there right now. Oops. Yeah. I mean, I did terrible in qualifying, but I think I was doing a little bit too much wheeling with the actual physical wheel. And not enough hard braking with pedals, because this game you need to brake a lot to get them to work. There's no real fear of... I mean, you could have lockup, but there's no real fear of, like, wheel hop or any of that. Though it can get loose under braking depending on your approach. I've had that. It happens a lot at Martinsville. For me, I'm gonna get run over. Mark Martin just hit the intimidator button on me there. Bottom of 11. I forgot about the tires. Go, Mark. You're. Oh wow. I know that's a bad spot with the AI. Like, Mark's definitely going to be faster than me. I got to get some other stragglers here. Well, Mark takes Bobby Hillin out. That would that'll make it a lot easier. My dad's hanging out in the top 10. Look at that. Qualified up there, and he's still... Oh, gosh. Up there. That's early yet, though. No. Is that for me? I don't know, because the wheel skipped. The gas skips the yellow, which is really unfortunate. So I don't know. That yellow came out like before I was spinning. We're not gonna pit yet? Is anybody pitting? Nobody's pitting. Okay, if nobody's pitting, I'm not pitting. Stick with the AI. We got a little lucky with the yellow coming out there, but... Great. Great restart. I also feel like the wheel's off center, but I'd have to be on an oval to really be certain on it. Oh yeah, they stop up here. Alright, we're basically back where we were. More or less. Although the goal is literally 30th, so it's less. Yeah, AI's not great here, unfortunately. Martin jumped up a crap ton of spots because he was in the right lane and the left lane parked it. Once they get spread out, the racing's usually alright here, but it takes a little bit of that first. But hey, look at this, like half decent speed AI on road courses. Thanks to the modding, and they're gonna start pitting immediately. As much as I think I might spin at another point, I'm gonna wait a little closer to halfway to pit just to be safe on the fuel. Like, we're probably fine to pit with them. Oh, Mikey just smacked the wall there. Oh, I downshifted to first. That's why it was like that. Downshifted one too many times. Gets light over that turn as well. Oh, how did I braked before he did, and then I couldn't stop as quick as he could. You got better brakes than me. Where do I upgrade brakes in this game? I know it's not a thing, but it was in Thunder 02. Brakes were an upgrade. Alright, I'm gonna wait one more to pit. Oh man. Not if I start getting sketch loose though. I know we're just short of halfway in the race and I'm halfway on fuel and it sounds like a time to stay out, but that was with the help of a yellow. We're going to actually probably struggle to be 30th, which means I have the AI at the right setting for Infineon, which would be probably, or Sonoma, which would be probably one of the first races I've had the AI set correctly from the get-go. Oh, don't do that. I almost drifted into that. I'm drifting everywhere. Alright, hit this time. I kind of don't want 4 tires, but I'm not going to just take 2 here. I don't want to spend that much time on pit road, but I also need what I need here. I'm not going to bother fixing it. Oh, what's my view button? There we go. Whew. Okay, well, a rough start with the spin. It's going to be tough to get a top 30, but like I said, this one big positive takeaway here is with the live stats going, via the mod tool, the live controls and all that, the AI is actually fast at the road courses and not just terribly slow. They are aggressive in weird points. I can't fix that, but they're at least a fun pace. That's exactly what we need is a slow pit stop. I still never changed my driver's suit from the out-of-car view. Come on. we are almost last, but the pit stops need to cycle some more yet too. We got fresher tires than the guys that pit earlier, just slightly. Every little bit matters at this track. Oh my god, don't do this! The leader's right there! I'm still on the lead lap, but I made a rival of the leader and the yellow didn't take over. I have to hold off a pissed off Dale Earnhardt. Oh god, I'm missing the turn. I even downshifted the reverse. No! Is it even possible? Is it even possible? Oh no! I'm just pissing more people off. Oh my god. Well, man, I wish they would have pit. I didn't think it'd be loose on the new tires that bad, but it was. No, there's no hope. Oh no. So the best we're going to be able to do is 39th now. What a freaking terrible turn there. It's my own fault. Hey, I didn't accidentally skip the replay that time, so you get to watch me loop it in front of the leader and then piss him off by being in the road. Well, I'm not going to pit because that'll put me in front of the leaders vaguely, but I'm going to need like an immediate yellow to have a shot here. Okay, oops, it skipped all that. Wait, oh no, it started us back here. Oh, because it's under 10 to go. Shoot. Well, the best we can do is literally 39th now. It's right here. That's extremely unfortunate. Especially when there's all this going on. Man, all I had to do was chill up the hill. Chill up the hill. I just really didn't expect it to get that light that easy. You said we were clear, spotter. And then Chad Little was there. I'm just seeing how far I can get just for the fun of it now. I know it doesn't matter at this point. Why'd you got mad at me for that? I was against the tires, Hut. I couldn't get any lower. And now, oh, dang it! It keeps. It's one thing that sucks about wheels is it skips the damn caution replay. We're gonna end under yellow. Well, that backfired. That race went terribly. I definitely had good pace, but I mean, obviously when they were checking up. So that one went all out of whack. Darrell Waltrip wins. Bill Elliott second. Kenny Schrader, Neil Bonnet, Ricky Rudd.
You could definitely tell the drivers who had the stronger cars. They got out front early and stayed there the majority of the race.
Billboards there.
Auto Parts car probably isn't too happy about his finish here.
No.
Well, he gave it all he had, and that's all you can ask of any driver.
I just spun out at a dumb time.
Rivalry on the racetrack.
Well, when you're out there beating and banging on guys, some feathers are bound to get ruffled. Maybe after some time to cool off, they'll be back to racing with clear heads.
From all of us here at EA Sports, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Earnhardt debris was that caution. Well, it's not my fault he pit and then didn't fix his nose that was destroyed. Well, we got the qualifying bonus because it was average of 30th or better. All right, so we saw the top 5. Joe Ruttman sneaks out a 6th. He qualified 3rd. What? Was Joe Ruttman really good at road courses in 91? What's going on, Falcon? Morgan Shepherd, Ernie Irvin from the back to 8th. Brett Bodine, Terry Labonte round out the top 10.
Said, yo, what's up?
Earnhardt after I spun in front of him when he was leading, ends up 11th after having to pit, and Allison was running second at the time. He ends up 14th. Harry Gant was third. He ends up 15th. So got all jumbled with a bad timed caution by my doing. My dad ended up 28th after starting up front, so him pitting with the first group hurt that one. Or no, I guess actually the second group was hurt by pitting. Yeah. So, yep.
Falcon 1824.
Botched it.
Said NM really just chilling.
Welcome in, man. Good to see you. Good to have you. All right. Let's see if there's anything we can look at here. I don't think... Oh, did we lose a sponsor? Because that would be unfortunate. No, we still have all our sponsors. We're good. Okay. I don't think... So nothing triggered. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to... or could start at this point. Shop editions. I have enough money to start one, but I wanted to wait till we ran a couple more races. Let me remind people of those points here. Especially after that, because that finish order was crazy. So Tim Richmond's winning by 80 points over Harry Gant.
Falcon 1824.
Mark Martin.
Said my man finished
83
4th
back.
LOL.
Yeah, he was up there. Allison and Irvin are pretty far back, but they're really close together. So is Earnhardt. All three of them are really, really tight points battle. And Schrader. 11 points in the old point system was nothing. That was literally like nothing. So... battle for the championship is where's my back button? Okay, that's my back button. Battle for the championship's looking a little tight, but everything else is pretty good. So let me save it. Just make sure I get some saves going. All right, let's load up. What do we want to bring to Pocono? Grip is always important, and where? Well, we saw that didn't much matter last race. We're going to need power at Pocono. Big old track. Do we do downforce and drafting? What's the rest of the schedule look like after Pocono? So there's Pocono, Michigan, and then Daytona. So we want to save, but we're building a new one. So we can use this week. All right. We'll get the downforce and the aero here. That was a very quick first race, which is not good. Alright, oh, sorry, the pylon's going to go nuts for a minute. Let's go qualify. Alright, qualifying is... Oh, you know what? Hang on, I did not do that right. I still need to switch this to the Pocono races. And then...
Driver, good luck today. Get ready. Here comes the time lapse.
Okay, now we're good. Whoops, I don't want to restart. We'll just, it's Pocono. We don't need the first lap really, or really any track. The way this game's starting with the line, not like fully up to speed usually. Granted, Pocono's a big enough track that like that speed difference isn't the biggest deal, but it's also a long part of the straightaway that you're under speed. I can't drive in a perfectly straight line with this wheel setup apparently. And I also slowed down way too much for the tunnel turn and downshifted for some reason. What am I driving? The Gen 6 here or whatever, whatever the hell number we're on. I think shifting at this end is fine. And one sometimes is fine, but I prefer to try not to in this game because the AI doesn't and you're not supposed to. I think New Hampshire is the only exception track. I literally can't do a straight line. I gotta do a wobbly line. But New Hampshire is the only place that I'm like big on making an exception on this shifting rule for this game. It's like there's no... The dead zone's such a tight window, and you can't up that. I could widen the turning amount, but I also don't... Like, I feel like I'm turning a lot. So, I don't know. I'll just have to deal with it. Hopefully you don't make anybody motion sick down the straightaways. I feel like I'm running every corner way too slow right now. I could definitely attack this track better, so I don't expect this qualifying to be super great. Then again, with the new qualifying format ranges, they've been kind of all over, so where they work now. So 29th, actually that's right, our average is supposed to be 30th for our sponsor goal, so that dead on makes sense to what it should be. All right, let's see if MRN says anything about anyone this time.
Pennsylvania today at the Pocono Raceway for
Grab my
the
home track.
Pocono 500. And Barney, there are a few unique twists to this 2.5-mile tri-oval.
Unique is definitely the word for this racetrack. First of all, there are only 3 corners, each of which has completely different banking, which also means there are 3 straightaways. And guess what? They're all different lengths. This is one tough racetrack to prepare a race car for.
The O'Reilly Auto Parts car hasn't
Earnhardt's
performed
mad at
well
me.
at the Speedway tracks this season.
And a good finish would go a long way in boosting that team's morale. I guarantee it would make a whole lot easier to come to these racetracks.
Something a little out of the ordinary in
go.
this one for Dave Marcus.
I spoke to the crew chief this morning, and he told me that they just missed the setup in qualifying, but he does expect his driver to make his way up through the field and get a good finish without much problem.
And then they tried to talk about Bill Schmidt. I always thought if it didn't load the name, it said the car number, because they say the car number for the fantasy drivers, but maybe they only have certain numbers recorded for that. I'm not actually sure. All right, let's start the stats. It's 36 laps. Oh my lord.
Okay, driver. Good luck today.
And then, oops, not that button. That's the problem with the gas. Hang on. Nope, this one. Nope, that one. Okay. 36 laps. At Pocono is a long way. But this is supposed to be a long race. My guy, we're going down one straightaway here. Relax. I shifted again. It did not want to turn into one at all there. How are we 37th already? I qualified 29th. I didn't think we lost that many spots into one. I guess we did. That was I went flying by us, and then in the corner I lost 2 more. Also, I keep shifting. Stop shifting. Came from Infinity or Sonoma, and I'm just like shift happy now. Getting crowded. Down into 3. Yep. Nope. I know we are. With, Richard Petty and Chad Little was pinching him, which was pinching me. No draft down the straightaway. Driving one. Okay, luckily Mickey didn't get mad at me. Oh, I don't have the pylon on. What am I doing, guys? Okay. it'll be wrong for a moment there. Or till the next lap. The order's right, but the gaps are correct. Yeah, Mosby, I don't know how to fix that, dude. Just turn your volume up, man. I don't know how to fix that. I have my mic up. I have everything up. I don't know what's up with my streams being quieter than everybody else on the internet. Like, it never makes any sense to me. Because if I turn my mic up anymore, it peaks. So it's like, how's my overall volume low if my mic is peaking? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, maybe it's a Streamlabs setting I did by accident a long time ago, but I don't know. I might have to look into that sometime, but I've had that for a long time, and I don't know what to do about it.
Discord notification and it will be like a flashback.
Yeah, I wouldn't have Discord open if you got your volume cranked up. I don't know. I need to remember to look into that because I don't know what the heck will cause it. But I've had that issue a long time with my streams. I have no idea. It's always been like that. I've had different microphones before. It's always been the same. The only thing I could do is I do have my mic a little bit further away than normal, but it's like it's still right there. Like I said, the mic, if I turn the mic up, it shows that it's peaking, so it doesn't really, I don't think it's my input, I think it's the output, and I don't know why the output is low, because I didn't think that was something you could really adjust separately. But maybe I adjusted it separately a long time ago on Streamlabs, and I don't know. Davey's leading over Harry Gant right now. He just passed him, I think, that lap. 'Cause I heard the mod tool talking. All right. Well, our qualifying and our race pace are two different ball games here. It seems like.
Mr. Mosby said that no main point of the AI stuff was to get the specific paint textures we are having issues with. Like one who really can't reproduce easy like Cop Transformers Cop. We can do it then. Mr. Mosby said God knows my ass ain't trying to line that shit up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's not talk about that because I don't know if that's possible. So I'd rather not. I put too many hours in that, and I took a break from it this week because it was driving me nuts. I don't know that it's possible without doing a bunch of fancy-ass math that I don't have the knowledge for, and there aren't resources to, like, learn that sort of thing easily. Because it's just a technique that's not really documented by anybody. It's something you could absolutely do, it's just not documented.
Focus on your marks, buddy. Okay, we're clear.
Mr. Mosby said no, not that I meant pain calculator.
Yeah.
Not that.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you meant that because you said it'd be a pain to not have the thing and the stuff and things.
Said what I'm doing.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about then. Oh, the point of your AI stuff. Oh, yeah. Maybe stop ripping paints from other EA games and start getting paints from the NRO3 cars of those models and eras and whatever. Or just stop ripping paints and start painting them like I do as best you can. I mean, granted, my next set's probably going to be a more of a combo than my, like, 92's going to be. Oh, it got loose in. Oh, stay in it. 92 is going to be more of that than this one was, but yeah. I still need to try to get, or talk to Dr. Noise about getting his template file, or not his templates, but his layered files if he has them, or if he's willing to share any of them. That would save me a lot of work. But I haven't been pushing on that. I've been focusing on, I worked on my race team management game this week a bit. I was working on getting my AI to find their lines around the track appropriately and stuff like that, so I was working on that a little bit. Earnhardt just took the lead. He's still mad at me though. When we get lapped, this is going to be ugly.
Said let's be honest. I will paint it, but we will never get the full 30 years without the NR 2003 paints. The one I just did was just an old-ass NR 2003 paint I had to recreate from scratch with AI. Mr. Mosby said that damn ticket, he doesn't exist.
I will disagree with you on one point, Mosby. We can get the 30 years, but, asterisk, that's keeping the number of paints per driver limited to get that 30 years done first before we do alternate paints, which is not how you operate. You like to do the 100% complete season before moving to a new season, which is fine. If you're painting, you can paint what you want to paint. I'm not harping you on that. But I'm saying if our goal is 30 years, to get the 30 years first, or 35 or whatever it is, then I think doing just one or two paints per driver will get us through the 30 years way quicker, and then we come back and do alt paints and updates and whatever. But that's like my opinion, man, so, you know, take it as it is. You're brawling with Jimmy Means and Dave Marcus back here for the mid-30s. We could stop drifting into the tunnel turn, or like having the back end just try to step out under braking in the tunnel turn. I think I'd be able to run a little more aggressive and a little faster, but that's just how this. I swear, whenever I use a wheel in this game, the back end steps out under braking way easier than a controller. I don't know why.
Just how my brain operates.
No, that's fine. I'm not trying to. Yeah, like I don't want you to think I'm trying to push it one way or the other. I'm just saying that, like, if the goal is to get the years, then reducing that number of alt paints is your shortcut. Our other shortcut is to get more people excited about modding this game and that are painters. You know, like Pickled Mink doing 99 is awesome and huge and unexpected. Other than, you know, once he said he was doing it, but. Although once we have 05, then we'll have from 03 through to 07, which is a pretty good stretch of time.
Mr. Mosby, you said, but in my opinion, the paint of the car specifically takes the most time. Like the camo cars, getting the 90 to create the camo seamless and cut down on time is a big time saver.
Yeah. That's why you were hoping for the thing that we're not supposed to talk about, the Voldemort of the room. That's also why I haven't started the 92 stuff yet. Or part of the reason. The other part of the reason is that I wanted to work on my game and not just paint schemes all the time. Jeez, Dave, why'd you park it there? We were battling so cleanly up to now, and you're slow out of 2. So, oh, somebody just slid into 3 there. Yeah, I know. I'm not. Look, I don't have a complaint about that, especially when it's the backmarker card. Like, it can make good enough stuff and help save time on tracing numbers and all that. Like, I have no problem with that. As long as it looks okay, I'm fine with it.
I tried with my thrust master TMX and it always seems to calibrate. Mr. Mosby,
Just Dave off more. Redneck, I'll show you after the race, but you gotta remind me when this race is over. Otherwise, I'll forget. But I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty quick and easy to explain because there's really only a couple things that you got to do special. The only thing that's weird about, I mean, the car handles different with a wheel in this game. It's just slightly, but I swear under braking it's very different. And you have to learn to match the shit out of your brakes versus other, you know, games that are made, or sims that are made for wheels where it's supposed to not be, you don't want to be doing 100% brake to actually brake really hard, but in this game you do. So, yeah, it's just something you gotta adjust to. But I'll show you. It's not too hard to do. There's just a couple of key points that make it work properly. Air quotes on properly, but you'll see. And then the other thing that I've mentioned and has happened multiple times when I use the wheel that's annoying is that if you take the caution while you're on the throttle counts as the A button as well, or X button, I guess, depending on what system we're talking about. So if you take the yellow with the throttle, when you go to get off the throttle, it's registering you pressing the X button still, which skips the replay. Oh, that's different. Well, then I might not have the perfect answer for you, but I will cover it anyway. That way, if it gives you the answer, awesome. If not, then other people who are watching this, if they missed it before, because I did show it during the 90 season of the career mode once, I think. But, you know, just a refresher for anyone who doesn't know who's watching too. That'd be, whether it's live or after the fact, I don't mind covering it. Like I said, it doesn't take long to explain. I honestly need to just make like a YouTube short on it or something. It's just one. it's just one of those things that, like, I always forget to bother to make stuff like that. But, I don't know. Actually, I think it's pretty easy to make shorts out of existing video content now. You have to do it on the phone, but maybe, if I remember, maybe I'll do that. If I do it quick enough.
Sit half a race and your arm decides to get itchy and end up spinning to advance in the playoffs.
No, you look. If you were here for Sonoma, weren't you, Mosby? So you saw my arm getting itchy is not why I spun out. I spun out due to just thinking I had grip on new tires and my own incompetence up the hill. I'm weeble wobbling down the street. It's bothering the heck out of me. It probably isn't bothering any of you guys, but it's bothering the heck out of me that I can't go in a perfectly straight line easily. I either gotta go slightly right or slightly left.
Mr. Mosby. Sid MHMLOL. Angry Redneck 99. Sid Carrot, no, actually my tire goes flat when a tornado is on the cutoff.
No, dude, Sonoma, I trapped myself a lap down, Mosby, so no, I did not do that on purpose. It's just like, I'm about to get lapped right now, so if I spin out after this, it's not great. Granted, this will be less bad than Sonoma, where I was 39th the first car a lap down, so that's the best I could do, whereas now, because of early pitters, 26th is the best I'd be able to potentially, I mean, not actually, oh my god, I might actually spin in the tunnel turn. Ah, dang it. Oh wait, Mark's not the leader. He pit already. Who's? Oh, Earnhardt's leading. Okay, never mind. Mark went the short pit route and he's flying. And he's still lead lap because that was actually for position because I was 25th. Okay, that makes sense now. Right, we'll pit right at halfway even though we're going to get lapped before it's over. The race, not the lap necessarily. Although they're going to be about to lap me anyway, so it's not the worst time to come in at this track. Oh yeah, he's mad at me. I forgot about that. I gotta let him go, like, quickly. Okay, ready, break. Oh, he broke at the same time. Okay, well, I let him by quickly. A little too quickly, but that's fine. Alright, pitting this time. Go high, Rusty. Is it 100 or 70? It's 70 in this game, right?
You're almost dry. Come in for some gas.
Matter. And then, okay. I also wanted to adjust this.
Made it to the halfway mark.
Mr. Mosby. Said one weird quirk I had making that 5 car with all AI was it decided it wanted to do its own thing and rendered the full texture onto a model like it was in a game. I was so confused.
What? You have to send me a screenshot of that, dude.
Said like hope.
You've-
Mr. Mosby.
You have to send me that. I hope you got a picture of it, Mosby, because that's crazy. Whoa, Petty, no! Okay, here's the thing though. I was lapped prior to pitting anyway, and I'm not 2 laps down, I'm just the 1. So this isn't the worst thing. It's not great, but it's not the worst thing. It's just that all the people that are still lead lap that were similar pace to us or just a couple spots ahead are going to benefit.
Said uncovered.
It's fine, I guess. Alright, I need to lift before the line. I mean, granted, we saw the wreck, but if I lift before the line, it'll at least play the replays then. Oh, it was after the fact. But hey, new mod tool features and stuff and things that are fun. which is cars actually spinning out for at random ass times and things. Okay, we're not gonna pick because we just pit. I skipped all that because wheels and pedals. Started me in the wrong gear. Thanks, game. We're already struggling by strat and luck and everything, and you're gonna give me a tougher restart here as if we aren't slow enough. Okay. Absolutely, dude. That was my dad on the outside. There he goes. Don't hit your dad. Don't do it. Okay. Try to get Chad back for a spot. Who's next? Mickey Gibbs is our next target. He's up top. Drifty. Roll it. Throttle. Ooh, somebody was slow up top there. That was weird. Davey had a slow moment out on the outside. Go for the middle. I'm crazy. I backed out of it though because oh no. Because I know I can't make turn 1 worth a darn with this car. They checked up off of 2 though a little bit.
I had some weird acid abominations come out here. I sent to fix the wheel and it gave me a splash of wheel. Another one, it gave me a great eye.
Oh jeez. That sounds fun. Oh, I just chopped my dad's nose off there. Getting by means. Is Coke for position? Oh, there's people pitting. They didn't pit under the yellow. I never hit the force AI to pit button. We might actually... no, because it doesn't... It's not a full lap to pit here, so we should still... I don't think that'll actually get us any spots further on. My dad. Hi. Dad, I haven't learned how to take turn 1 yet. Please show me your ways. Oh, gosh. Marcus, get out of the road. We're 4 wide. Oh, we're 3. Of course you do, Moby. That's how it works. Alright, we get out of the tunnel turn fast. If I don't botch the whole dang thing. And I'm okay into 3 and into the center. I just cannot do turn 1 worth a darn yet on a wheel. I promise I race better than this with a controller, though I am doing that Vanilla Plus stuff in between these seasons as I'm doing paints then, so, you know, you'll get a chance to see that. Vanilla Plus I'm playing controller. That's all that matters, I guess. But if it takes you longer to convince the AI to give you what you want paint-wise than it would for you to just go ahead and paint it, that would frustrate the crap out of me. I would not have fun doing that. And there's something kind of cathartic about doing the paint. I mean, you know this, but doing the paint manually, there's some, in some ways, relaxation. Once in a while, you get a frustrating one. Oh, somebody up ahead. Red car, is that Bodine? Oh, they checked up. Yeah, that's Bodine. Alright, make sure I lift so we get some replay. I'm 30th now, which is our sponsor goal. And our the driver we have to beat is not... Oh! Is not in the race. Which means we automatically fail that goal, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I made him full-time last stream so that he would be in every race so that we have something to target for. I should still do that. Because otherwise, it's like, you just don't have a shot at the sponsor goal, which is kind of silly. I also haven't been randomizing paint schemes now that I think about it. We're not pitting. I don't have a reason to pit. Okay, we were in the wrong gear again, but I shifted a little quicker this time. I mean, the single file restart helps.
It's like 2 minutes max now, so it's not bad now.
Gotcha.
I will paint the cars I want, but sometimes I might not this paint.
No, I hear you.
I want to help with Gemini, we'll mellow it out.
Someone got by you. Let's go after it. No one inside.
For a moment, I was thinking that was the one I helped paid for, the AI, but no, that was the voice one for Ace Moneymaker stuff. There's a big gaggle of cars up there. I don't know if we'll get back to them with the way we've been struggling on restarts. That's something else. Honestly, anybody who's wanting to get into the modding stuff, there's a couple of tables that have data for... Oh, lead change, Ricky Rudd. There's some stuff in some tables for track data that actually does affect the speed that the AI accelerates on starts and restarts. So if somebody wants to find good settings for that, I'm fine with doing an update. But I'm not going to do all the groundwork for that. I've done enough legwork. I'm like, I want to work on my own projects is the problem. I want to work on my racing game, my race team management game, and you know, as far out as that is in the timeline that we live in, I still want to make progress.
Said they were weird out versions or only real release if it was on a PDF in black and white.
Yeah. I mean, Mosby, what's funny is you're talking about paint schemes from the 2000s, and I'm dealing with paint schemes from the 90s, so like the documentation is that much less, but also the number of alt schemes is that much less as well. I just realized we're one spot out of our sponsor goal, and I'm pretty far back. Yeah, I made turn 1. How about that? Oh, look at how much better this. Okay, if I can do that every lap, we might actually be able to get back up to 30th. Although Chad Little's behind me catching me. Oh, Jeff Bodine is 30th. That's why we got past, because he's a fast car who just happened to have a spin earlier. But he's stuck in traffic. And if not him, Brett Bodine. If not him, Mikey Walsh. There's some tough people to pass. It's just a... Whoa! Bobby Hillin just had an issue going into 3. Right in front of us. These moments keep... And he's still recovered. A lot of things just seem to happen right in front of us this season, which is kind of fun. And kind of scary all at the same time. How am I making turn... Why couldn't I do this all day? We'd be so much better off. If honestly, we might have been... Well, no, like I say, pit. I was going to say we might have been lead lap, but no. Wouldn't have mattered. Dude, I would like any of that, man. The blimp, the track decals, everything. If it's, I'm not gonna bother with it. It's a lot of extra stuff when I, like I said, my primary goal is to get the paint schemes through the years first. As much as having like the correct logos around the track and stuff would be cool, I'm not worried about the track stuff. And that's another thing that, like, if someone else who doesn't care to paint cars but wants to work on that can work, like, that's, I'm fine with leaving that to somebody else. I'm not stressing it. I know you're gonna say you could put the AI on it or something, but it's still time to do. Man, we're actually catching Brett Bodine for position up here, and we're not gonna have enough freaking time because look at, I even attacked crazy. He's right there. Dang it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that... You can. There's still more 90s packs to come out, too. So, I mean, you can if you want to. I'm fine with it. I'll include it, but...
The drivers didn't spend much time
I'm not sweating it either.
Pace car today.
Well, I can assure you, all those guys who finished in the back would like to have seen more cautions. Gives them a chance to make adjustments without the penalty of going a lap down.
I can paint it since
Okay.
I made one already for 2000s.
The O'Reilly
All right, man.
Auto Parts
I appreciate
car
it.
never even got a scratch in this race.
You know, these NASCAR Winston Cup race
I
teams
did get a scratch right there.
love drivers who take care of their cars. Makes their jobs a whole lot easier when they aren't
I
having
can
to
do the
spend extra
silver one
hours
or
in the
the
body
billboard
shop each
version.
week.
The 7 car has someone
Whatever you
to
think,
look
man.
out for on race day.
I'm not sure how all this got started, but now that they have a little history on the track, it'll be something to watch in the weeks ahead.
This has
Who
been
did I make a
NASCAR
rivalry
Winston
with?
Cup Racing, brought to you by EA Sports and
I still don't know
MRN.
which button
So
is
long.
which here.
We'll see you next week at the
I'm gonna
Michigan
guess.
International Speedway.
I think they're still talking about Earnhardt being mad, but he's now not going to attack me mad. Alright, so yeah, associate sponsor goal, we literally can't do unless he races, so I need to change that. And I'll do that in the live tools. We'll change him to full-time so that he actually makes the race, because I think it's a little unfair that I don't even get a shot at that. If he doesn't make the field, then I shouldn't be penalized for that. Okay, so Ricky Rudd took the lead from Earnhardt on the last restart and won it. Earnhardt second, Ernie Irvan third, Harry
Mr.
Gant,
Mosby.
Davey Allison, Tim Richmond.
I'm curious if I can do a billboard version with it saying 157 studios in bulbs.
That'd be fun. You could do that if you want to. Sterling Marlin, who led 4 laps at some point, and up 7th. Kenny Schrader, Mark Martin, and Alan Kwiecki from the pole, who didn't lead any laps despite the pole, rounds out our top 10. Neil Bonnet 13th. My dad got 18th, so top 20. He's on the right side of that yellow coming out, I suppose. And we struggled after a bad timed yellow. I mean, we weren't in the top 30 before the yellow anyway, but I definitely think
Mr. Mosby
I had the pace for it.
said now getting the lighting correct.
Once I got turn 1 figured
I
out.
don't know. He'll figure it out.
Oh, and DW blew up after winning Sonoma on lap 1. Jeez, I didn't even see him on the first lap. Okay. All right, so somebody wanted to see the wheel setup. Let me do that first. Switch to this so you guys can see the menus. Okay, so wheel setup. You go settings, controllers. You go to your controller port and you set it to not connected so that it disconnects your regular controllers. You go to USB port wheel device. You set it to wheel device. And you have to, for Thunder 04, you have to set it to driving force. Not driving force pro, not the other version of pro, not GT force. You have to use driving force for Thunder 04 to work. And then you just map the controls like normal and you set your left-right range to something small, like I think mine's at 160, but whatever's comfortable for you, because turning the wheel all like to that max degree is turning the wheel the right amount for turning or for cornering in this game. It's not like having a 900 degree wheel and you only want to turn it that certain amount that feels right. You don't want it on 900 for this game, but otherwise that's it. Just making sure it's driving force is like the key factor here. Yeah, that's how you get a wheel to work in this game. And I don't think it requires a restart when you do that, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's it. All right, so apply paints to game. All right, we're at Michigan next. We should have some parts done now. Primary sponsor's not happy. New body and a chassis repair. Still have all my sponsors. That's a good sign, even though they're unhappy. I don't have enough money to do the shop edition yet, unless we wanted to wait 18 races or whatever it is, which we don't. And we do have to spend some money now. So 57 of 8. That's the durability difference is big though. This one's less of a difference, but it has more tire grip. I think the durability difference is worth it to do once in a while on these overhauls. That's expensive though. We'll do a 4-race overhaul on that one. That one's still going, and this one was a new build. Okay, that's fine. All right, let me save again just to make sure we're good, and then we will hop into our new weekend here. So Michigan, we're gonna care about tire grip. We're gonna care about power. Although next is Daytona. Well, we have 254s. We'll go slightly less efficiency here. I think Daytona it's more important.
Mr. Mosby said Ace Moneymaker, hey buddy, your sponsors aren't happy. They are telling me you are about to get dropped if you don't start finishing better. I tried bribing them, but it didn't work. Ace out.
Of course. All right, so we're gonna pick the downforce over draft. Obviously Michigan drafting still matters, but if we can go to Daytona with a 58 drafting, that's gonna be huge. So we'll take this to Michigan, and we'll worry about Daytona when we get there. Let me select my Michigan stuff over here as it's loading. I could have sped up loading. That's fine. Okay. Going to qualify. Pause it just to connect and apply qualifying. Okay. Here we go. Well, so what you saw in the qualifying order is not what it's going to be then. Just heads up. I don't remember what corner speeds are good for here. Okay. I guess I don't need the brake. It's funny how it takes a minute at each track for my brain to shift back to this particular game. When you go from sim to game to sim to game to this game to that game over weeks and weeks and weeks, and then you finally return to this game, you're like, I don't know what speeds I'm supposed to be doing. And factoring the level of your career car at the moment. That's a really good first lap. Alright, so Michigan qualifying speeds need to be sped up a little bit in my Q settings. But the race and the Q settings are separate calculations, so not sweating it. Is probably going to be more active for the race. Though we're going to be faster on lap 2. I'm definitely better this lap. Even though I missed turn 3 a little bit, I still think it's going to be way better. Scoot my mic closer a little bit. Sorry if that made any weird noises. It should have been alright. 13th. Unlucky number 13 for Michigan. Okay.
MRN is coming to you live from Michigan International Speedway for today's Sirius 400. Michigan always produces
Weird
some great
gap
racing.
in those
What do you
words.
think, Bonnie?
Well, look for speeds approaching 200 miles an hour and cars running 3 and 4 wide. That's a recipe for some exciting stuff.
The 7 car is towards the
Who's
bottom of
0-7?
the points list this season.
And of course, nobody wants to be on the bottom of that points list. You'll have to work extra hard to pick up spots. Not an easy task to dig yourself out of a hole in this series.
Sterling Marlin is currently in the top 10 in points.
Yeah, he needs to focus on this race. A poor finish can quickly bounce you out of the top 10, but a win can gain you several positions, might even put you in the
Mr.
top
Mosby.
5. We'll see what happens.
Said I just got word from Nascar you failed inspection for jet fuel in the engine.
Yeah, sure. Because I qualified 13th. Alright, let's calculate and re-roll, and I don't know how many are there. Put the pylon up, and we're good to go. Alright, 36 laps at Michigan, starting way better than I should run. And probably way better than I will run. Which is fine. We just helped the Q average, which is good. Oh, awesome Bill to our left. Oh, DW and oh, who is that? I can't think of his name now. 76, this Spears car. I just missed turn 3. What is his name? What is his name? Oh, Sedgwick, that's right. Bill Sedgwick. I had to look at the pylon. Wait, oh, it didn't apply my full time to Stanley Smith. I thought I changed that. Oh, I probably have it. I know what I did. I have default roster and paints checked, so it didn't update that. So another race, we're not going to get our sponsor bonus for beating Stanley Smith because he is not in the race. Frick. In fact, I'm going to uncheck those options now so I don't forget. Okay. Because otherwise I will forget. So we're back to 22nd already, no surprise there. But we should slowly start to settle in, hopefully, in the high 20s. Or maybe mid-20s if we're lucky, but it's not looking that way because they're swarming behind us. Although with the draft down the straightaway, that really helps. Bob Moroso passing us. Let's turn one there a little bit. And there go all the spots. My goodness. Man, you missed one corner and it's all gone. Alright, well, turn 3 here is like Pocono turn 1. I cannot enter it worth a darn right now. I only went in front of Cope to try to get an arc for the corner, although it didn't work out in the end there. But I almost missed turn 1 completely because of it. Oh, Bonnet's going to blow right by us. He's definitely faster. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's a lot of work, but I don't know. I'm so happy that they now function as well as they're supposed to, with like who's fast and who's not and all that stuff. My microphone's blocking my pylon, speaking of, for me. But yeah, they look great and they run great, and I couldn't be happier right now with how these are. And it's difficult. Yeah, no, I'm good, Mosby. I'll pass on that one. This wheel's lasted a long, long time of sim racing. 2009, or was it 8? No, it was 9. Like February of 2009 is when I bought this wheel. And I have had to replace some of the springs in the pedals, and the sensor, one of the sensors, but that was it. Everything else was fine. I mean, oh, on the tires. I thought you said on the wheel. Oh, those wheels, not this wheel. I thought you were making a meme about like sticky grip stuff that football players used for a while to catch the football. I thought you were trying to meme about turning better. My bad. Oh, somebody blew up there. Is that Musgrave? That was Musgrave. Ted Musgrave in the 55. It's kind of ironic. I think Michigan was the first race that Musgrave ran in the Cup Series in 1990, or in his career, but 1990. I think it was Michigan was his first one. Just got passed by the king. Oh wait, I said Bobby Hillin in the number 8. The other race. He's not number 8. Bobby Hillen's in the 27. Yeah, I gotcha. There's a dog sneezing and rolling in the background. Roly-polies. If anybody has a dog, they should know what that is, pretty much. Then again, I guess not all dogs do this, but, you know, spazzy moments. I don't know, Pup, I don't know why you always pick right behind me when I'm streaming to do these things. Like, there's so many places in the house you could roly-poly and sneeze away, but braked more than I'm into. So yeah, this is Bobby Hillin I have in the 27 as part of the what if timeline here, but Rick Wilson's in the 8, which is normal for 91. I forget who's in the 8 car half the time because I'm used to it being Bobby. Haha. What happens if you if you treat your rain tires with Rain X, does that make it better or worse?
Hold your line. He's still there. Be patient. You're clear.
That'd be an interesting experiment to try. Wait, are we gonna have to pit twice here? Oh no, we're half on gas. But they just pit now. Oh yeah, that's right. Michigan fuel mileage is ridiculous for the AI in this game. They can go way further than the players on early seasons.
Hold your line.
So that's why they're pitting early, but we're good.
Said my God, genius.
Still there. We're falling back. Focus on your marks, buddy.
Get that sponsor plug in.
Clear.
We're having quite the battle here, and this is, once pit stop cycle, this is for our sponsor goals position of 30th. So we definitely want to beat Bobby Helen for this 30th spot, and hopefully we have a okay pit stop too.
Careful. There's some cars entering
I'm getting
the
just
track ahead.
a smidge better in 1 and 2, I think, than I was early in the race.
All clear, buddy.
Draft here a little bit.
Mr. Mosby. Said so if Rain X made tires, does that mean we are a snowplow for water now?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't have an answer for it. I guess it depends which ones you buy, because Rain-X has different style ones for different conditions and extreme extremities. I don't know. Is that the right word for extreme situations, or is extremities literally just the other thing? I don't know if that word works the way I'm using it.
Right front's wearing down.
Mr. Mosby. Said I'm asking the big questions here.
I know you are, but I'm the idea guy. I'm not just the idea guy, but I'm the software guy, and I'm the like commercial ideas and that sort of guy. So, throwing Rain-X on the tires, that was my idea. But actually the science behind it, I don't know. Would it help? I don't know. Would it make it worse? Probably.
Stick IMD. Said does Tim Richmond drive the 46 because of the silly season points that come on?
No, Stick Guy, this is not... I'm not using the silly season stuff for
Mr. Mosby.
this career playthrough,
Said we can get Falcon to test it.
but
works.
I
Just Bubba Rapids has.
I did some what ifs on my mod packs. So, what if Tim Richmond didn't die? I made it to 46 because that's what car number Jeff Gordon was gonna be until they made Days of Thunder. So, if Tim Richmond stayed at Hendrick and moved out of the number 25 for one reason or another, 46 was the logical number. Also, because 24 is taken at this time anyway by another team. So, oh, Petty just had an issue there for a moment. So I put Tim in the 46. Rob Moroso's also part of the what if. What if Rob Moroso didn't die? So he's still in the 20 car this year, even though he died in 1991 or 1990 rather. And the guy who drove his car most of the season was Bobby Helen Jr., who's right next to me, who I have driving in the second Moroso car that ran a few races in real life, but I have it as a full-time car. Actually, it might be a part-time car, I'm not sure, but he's driving their secondary car. That's the two what-ifs I have. Oh, also Neil Bonnet's in. So Neil Bonnet not getting injured in early 1990. The 1990 season, I had Neil Bonnet staying in the Wood Brothers 21. I had Dale Jarrett driving the number 29 car because he was actually supposed to drive that one in 1990 prior to Bonnet. What is happening here? Oh, he's got a left front flat. Or a destroyed front end. He has no front end. Where was the yellow for any of that? Mark Stahl is out here with no hood, no left front fender, no centerpiece on the nose, going slow as crap. And I don't know when he got the damage. We've been green the whole time. What the heck? Yeah, so to finish, so by 1990, I had Neil Bonnet, Tim Richmond in the same rides they're in this year. Neil Bonnet staying with Wood Brothers. This year he's in the 31, an extra RCR car. Hang on, I gotta pit.
I will also wreck the wheel just to see one of them in LOL.
Yeah, I mean, the what ifs, you can get some fun what ifs with the Silly Season tool. I included the what if stuff for 90 and 91 as part of the packs, but you have to swap a couple files to do it. But yeah, 90 it was Rob Moroso being alive, Tim Richmond, Neil Bonnet not getting injured, Dale Jarrett driving the 29 instead of the 21, and then Phil Parsons in the 22 instead of the 29. The reason I picked the 22 is the 2 and the 22 were team cars, and in the regular pack it has Rick Mass jump in between those two because he made the most starts in it. But I just felt like putting Phil Parsons in one of those cars made the most sense to put Phil Parsons somewhere since he ran the 29 a decent amount. So it was just kind of a slot that made sense to me if I was keeping Jarrett or putting Jarrett in the 29. Alright, so we got our pit stop done without any pit road mistakes. We're just ahead of the leader from being 2 down. So that's good, just in case of a thing I don't want to say out loud. And then just hope for the pits to cycle and us to cycle out pretty good position-wise. And actually, I need to be attacking because while I have the room to race, because, well, one, we're about to go another lap down here. But Bobby Hillen up there is pitting late, so he's going to have fresh tires late in the race and probably make a big charge. So I got to try to build a gap while I've got fresh tires. And Earnhardt is just dominating. I mean, 1991 it makes sense. Earnhardt was like insanely good in 90 and 91. So I'm not surprised by the way the ratings work out. I'm excited about the fact that as we get later into the season, I'm dialing in the track difficulties to fit our car rating properly. I didn't have to adjust Michigan. This is one of the few that, like, I was battling for 30th that whole first run, so it's pretty darn good to where it needs to be. But all the tracks that needed adjustment early in the season, I've been adjusting. So later in this season, then all of 92 should be pretty darn accurate for what we want difficulty-wise out of the field. Instead of having to adjust individual tracks next season, worst case, I just have to adjust the overall a little bit. So that'll be good. Oh, did somebody else blow up? That could actually be bad because if people pit and run into them. That was Baker, not Buddy Baker. What's his brother's name? I'm trying to remember without looking. I know it's right there on the screen to my left. My brain's stuck on Roy or Ray, and it's not that.
Said I still wonder why Dale had such a mediocre 1992 season compared to how good he was around that time.
I don't know. I think there were a lot of big swings in the early 90s, and I think another good example, obviously a way more extreme example, is Derek Cope. Look at Derek Cope's stats for 1990. Look at some of the races, even the races, some of them that he DNF'd out of. He won the Daytona 500, and he won a Rockingham race. Or no, he should have won a Rockingham race. I forget where the other, or maybe it was Rockingham. I don't know. But he got 2 wins in 1990. He should have had 3, or maybe arguably a 4th if it wasn't for mechanical issues. Just on pace alone, he was Oh, it's Mark Stahl. Mark Stahl was off pace. And then 91, Derek Cope was like a 35th place car every week or something. I mean, he wasn't maybe that bad every week, but he was nowhere to be found up front the whole season. So it was really weird how good that team was in 90 and how bad they were in 91. And obviously that's, you know, like I said, that's a more extreme version, but I feel like that happened a lot more back then than it does these days. I feel like these days it's usually more of a gradual change from year to year. When you are good and it goes bad. The other way around, going from like you had a bad season to now next year you had a good season, that happens I think just as often now as it used to. It's just the other way around of having a great season and then following with a bad one is was more common back then. Also, I don't know, did Earnhardt have an injury in 92? I'm trying to think if that was one of the years he had a bad wreck. Because if you, same with like Jeff Gordon, if you look at, there are key wrecks that a lot of the big drivers in the 90s and 2000s had that really changed them. Yeah, absolutely. It made this it made the seasons that much more interesting, but also at the same time, then like the late 90s, you had it was Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon just the dominators for the longest time, and you didn't have nearly as much variance for those two in particular, and it was kind of somebody had trouble on the front stretch there. It kind of sucked a little bit of that fun out of it. Yeah, agreed. I do think so, but I think part of that's because the arrow's bad. It's so hard to pass. I think strategy plays out a lot deeper than it used to. But I don't know. Also, I just realized we're 31st. We need to be 30th for our sponsor goal, which is exactly what happened at Pocono. This time without a yellow kind of trapping us a little bit. I am catching Bobby, but I thought he pit already. Like after me. Yeah, I think that's another good example of an injury completely ruining a driver's career on actually multiple occasions was Ernie Irvan. Ernie Irvan is fast as heck. And then he got an injury, and he kind of took a little while to kind of get back to being fast again. And then he was fast again, and he was at Yates, and then he got injured again, and that was... I mean, he had a couple of fast races here and there in some later years, but it wasn't like he was doing prior. There's Skinner. Is Skinner have damage too that he's slow? I mean, Mark Stahl was really slow with his no front end. Oh no, I guess that's just Skinner's pace. I'm not going to get 30th again. We're going to be one spot out of the money. And Stanley Smith not being in the field is hurting us. I got to fix that after this race. Those two things are not helping us get money to get upgrades that we need. We're kind of stalled out around that 500K mark. Just getting a qualifying bonus money, and that's it. Ooh, this group's bottleneck though. I have a shot. I have some draft. I do think he has fresher tires than me though. But Petty's also a spot. I just have to get one of them. Stuck behind Dorsey Schrader there. Oh, Petty's trapped. That's our top 30. We need this money. We need that Rain X money. They make it Rain X. In my pockets. Look out. Oh, Kenny. I thought Kenny was going to turn us there. There's Mark Stahl on the road again. Look out. I'm glad this is a track where they somewhat navigate traffic okay. I say as they get trapped and block and... Because, well, now we're 28th because of all that checking up, and I thought we were going to be 31st. We got a gift. Though I'm okay with that. With our... Sonoma, I felt like it was my mistake, but it also was a bit of bad luck. So, I'm okay with some good luck. I have no problem admitting that that's what's getting us this top 30. Granted, prior to the pit stop, we were swapping 30th with Bobby Hillin a lot. Like, we had a battle going, so we were in the mix. But after pit stops, we were chunked behind there. All right, 5 more laps. I'm gonna lose that one. Oh, actually, that was Rob Moroso. Was the other car that got caught behind the Mark Stahl checkup. So the 2 Moroso cars are running right with each other. That's the only thing I didn't get a chance to add a little bit of randomization to between the 90 and 91 season is I wanted to, for the what if stuff, I wanted to kind of give a little bit of variance on the Moroso or Bobby Hillin stats, which is something the Silly Season tool does do. It has that randomization you can give it, but I haven't been doing that, and I didn't do that between 90 and 91. But I am gonna, between 91 and 92, for all the what if drivers, I'm gonna give them some variance. I just think it's funny with the graphics messing up in this emulator that the grandstands in turn 3 get all flickery here. Just disappear and reappear in chunks. Oh, the leader just pit now? Man, they did some wacky pit strategies here. Or maybe they were part of the group that pit the first time. Oh, or they wrecked it. Maybe that's what happened.
So what is the lowest race length for 2 pit stops in this game? 25%?
It depends on the track. I think... Okay, so like super speedways, there's 2 pit stops always. Michigan, 25% the player has to pit twice, but the AI, most of them can do it in 1 stop, so that kind of sucks. But most tracks, even on 25%, is 1 pit stop. I think 50% is the first that turns into more than 1 stop, like every race. Yeah, we're passing some people in the pits. We passed Harry Gant in the pits. They must have wrecked without a yellow. Yeah, so there's some... You can change the length, too, with the tool beyond that 25 and whatever percent. So, if you want to run 25% race length or 20% race length with twice as many pit stops, if you select from the drop-down of what you want the in-game setting to be to 10%, and then you type in what you want the actual race length to end up being to 20%, you'll have twice as many pit stops in a race, and it'll be a 20% race length. So there's ways of... We're all crashing here. I'm telling you, some stuff happened and people run out of fuel and wrecking at the end. But yeah, if you the drop down of what you select in game controls your fuel and tire usage, and then the race length percent that you type into the tool controls the actual length of the race, and you can fudge that to get more stops if you want.
Should be fun to see what happens next.
This is MRN signing out for now. We hope you'll join us again for another exciting NASCAR Winston Cup race real soon.
All right. Yeah, that's Ricky Rudd that was out at the end there at the checkered. Yeah, so luckily we got some sponsor money because we got our top 30. Earnhardt wins again. Is that 3 in a row? I haven't been keeping track. And we could always check though. Mark Martin 2nd, Davey Allison 3rd. Ricky Rudd ran out of gas but got 4th, probably right after the line. Tim Richmond 5th, Marlin 6th, Kenny Schrader, Ernie Irvin, Bill Elliott. Morgan Shepherd rounds out the top 10. Another good example of a driver who had some really good seasons and suddenly had some really bad seasons is Kyle Petty. So many people, like a lot of, nothing against anybody, a lot of younger people who didn't see the 90s NASCAR stuff, didn't grow up around that. Everybody memes about Kyle Petty in the 2000s being mediocre and blah, 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 and whatever. Kyle was actually really good. In the very early 90s, there was a chunk of time where Kyle was really good. And I don't know if it was his concussion, or not concussion, but his probably concussion, but really hard hit at Dover that he had, or what it was. But he just suddenly got bad. and then he went over to Petty, to his own family team rather than where he was racing here, and their equipment was lacking, so it was worse. So that compounded it. My dad still got a top 20 there. Harry Gant had an issue late, or had to pit late. Who did we sneak by? Yeah, see, Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Bodine. I still think they wrecked without a yellow or something there. But those two, Neil Bonnet was way ahead of us. He ended up behind us, so those are a lot of cars that got affected there at the end. And DNFing was Musgrave. I still don't remember what. You guys can see it. I can't see it. Randy Baker. I knew it was an R and ended in a Y. I just couldn't think of the first name. Mark Stahl, we saw had issues, but kept chugging.
I think there was a year in the early 90s where Kyle would have been the champ in the original chase format.
Oh, yeah, no, that I don't doubt. Yeah, I would believe that in a second, for sure. Alright, so I'll save a couple of slots just to be safe. Alright, so primary sponsor should be a little happier. They're still unhappy overall, but we did what they asked that race. Just barely. Alright, everybody's still in the car. We didn't lose anybody this stream so far. Let's see. So none of this stuff triggered, though. We're one race away from it going, and we have 6,500. I think we needed. Let me just double check because we wanted to do the skid pad next. If I do it, we're low on money. I'm doing it. All right. I'm gonna do a safety save. Oh no, I did save saves. Okay, we're gonna do one more. I'm gonna actually see if the live paints update works this time for making Stanley Smith full time. If it does not, I'm gonna reapply the patch and reload some cheats. Although that shouldn't take more than. I don't even need to exit the game really for that. So we'll set up the. We don't really need grip to be that good at Daytona, so we'll take the lesser. We want the power, and we want the drafting, and that's good. All right, let's speed this up, and I just want to see if Stanley Smith's name. Actually, if I load the pylon, it should. Okay, he's in the field. I know it was jittery there. So he's in the field, so we're good. We can race. Alright, qualifying. I have to pause the game because I need to switch this to Daytona. And then reconnect and apply. Okay. So what it says here for qualifying is not what it's going to be because of re-rolling the qualifying with the tool. Beautiful sunset here at Daytona. These beautiful PS2 2003 asterisk graphics. That's the other thing that was weird about EA's releases is like they'd name it the next year because it was the end of the year and it was going into the next year and it sounds new and improved and blah blah blah, but it was also like, but you have this year's roster, so why not use this year's year on your game title? For football, it makes sense. You release football in the fall, and the season is going into the new year. It ends in the new year, so okay, that's fine. But for other sports, that doesn't always make sense. So, I don't know. I don't know what exec made that decision at EA, but I do not approve. But that was a long time ago. And they made some great games, so overall, not complaining. I mean, they did ruin it eventually, but they had a good few years, I think. But see, back then there was healthy competition of it. You had you had 3 companies making NASCAR games. And we bought them all. That's the thing. the competition-wise, we bought them all. Oh, 24th. No, I'm fine with that. That's pretty good. All right, Harry Gant's on the pole. Ooh.
Tonight, it's Super Speedway action under the lights. MRN is live at the Daytona International Speedway this evening.
I still get confused about that.
Pepsi 400. With a history and prestige here at this track, the teams seem to be all pushing themselves just a little harder this week.
There's no doubt about it. A lot of these NASCAR
I hate how jittery the cameras are during the intro for this.
Winning here than anywhere else. But those are the guys who haven't done it yet. Once their name is in the history books here, I guarantee you they'll change their mind.
Oh, Mikey up in 6th.
Chad Little is having some trouble in the points this year.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
The 7 car has really turned up the intensity recently.
Did I?
I'm not sure the other drivers appreciate it.
I had one mistake in front of Earnhardt, and he was mad at me for like a week.
Everything should work out okay.
He's over it. Also, Derek Cope's not in your name bank? Are you sure about that game? Okay. Let's start, and we're gonna do that, and calculate, and put the pylon on, and do that, and we're good to go. All right. Harry Gant, Ernie Irvin, the front row at Daytona night here. Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually have to do the checking up in this now that there's no dumb air bubble, auto brake bubble, whatever you want to call it, to keep you from running people over easily. So our target to beat for the 3rd sponsor goal, now that he's in the field, is Stanley Smith right behind me. I did re-roll the paints too. There should be, well, it depends on what randomized, but there might be some alt schemes going on. Some of them are harder to tell than others, like Chad Little's alt scheme. Oh, thanks, Quickie. I ran into him. Chad Little's alt scheme, he has a few that are just the same scheme, but the sponsors shuffled around, so they're not really, I guess it's not an alt scheme, it's just an alt sponsor layout. So some of them are harder to tell than others, but also in the early 90s there weren't a ton of alt schemes. And doubly also, I didn't make all of the alt, well actually I made a lot of the alt schemes. I think the only driver I didn't make a bunch of the alt schemes for was Ted Musgrave, because he had like 8 different paint schemes in that year, and I think I did 5 of them, or 4 of them, I don't know. I might be exaggerating a little on how many he had, but it was, I did all but like 2, and that was because I was about to release the pack when I finally found new pictures of a couple of the cars. And also some of the paints that he had, it wasn't really a new paint, it was just, so like one of them, Jimmy Means, who's sponsored by Alka-Seltzer, DNQ'd for a race that Musgrave made, and Musgrave didn't have a sponsor, so Alka-Seltzer sponsored Ted Musgrave last minute just so they had a car in the show. And I mean, that happened a lot back in those days. You'd see a sponsor jump between qualifying and the race just because they wanted to be in the race, they wanted to be part of it. So that would happen. So that's why, like, that's one of the schemes I didn't do, was Musgrave's Alka-Seltzer car. Because weirdly, I swear the color combo of the Alka-Seltzer decals they ended up putting on his car were different, because his car was white versus the light blue Jimmy Means car. Oh, we got a yellow. Alright, I gotta lift before the line so we can see what it was. Oh, they wrecked right after the trial roll. DW? No, Mark Martin. Oh, in front of Bill Elliott. Oh, he's trying to collect them. Oh, they're Mikey and Bill Elliott got a chunk of that one. Not terribly bad, but Mark did not. You know what? This is actually kind of funny. Do we pit for fuel? What lap is it? 6? I'll pit if they pit. We'll see what they do up front, because you can actually do that in this game to some extent if you see the cars jump in. Okay, they're not pitting, I'm not pitting. Mark Martin had a lot of bad luck at super speedways for a long time. Like, he really despised them. So it's kind of funny. downshift the game had me in the wrong gear. So it's kind of funny that he ended up with an issue there.
Leaders out front by 3.5 seconds.
See, I have said my dad raced a few short tracks in Michigan in the late 80s and early 90s and said Musgrave was the nicest Cup driver that he met during that time.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, Musgrave... Oh, snap. Hang on, hang on. Oh, Jarrett. Don't be mad at me for that. You stopped. I'll come back to that. Yeah, Tim Richmond's leading. I had him a little bit overpowered early season, to be honest. But I fixed his stat to what it should be and have some random variants, and he's still leading it pretty solidly. But no, I was going to say, if you haven't heard the Dale Jr. Download episode where they had Musgrave on this past year, go listen to that. Because Junior brings up an interesting point that I always kind of... I'm pretty sure it was Musgrave. I had the same thought in my head that Junior did about him. And it was a big misconception in that he always seemed pissed off around the pits and the garage. Like, he had resting bitch face, maybe, I don't know, but he always seemed really pissed off and standoffish and just mad at the world sort of thing. But when Junior had him on, he realized that that's not at all what Musgrave is like. It's just the way he came off at the track visually, and that he kind of kept to himself a lot. Like, it wasn't the type of person he was. It was just how he came across if you didn't actually talk to him. Alright, we need somebody to... Here, Rick Wilson, why don't you go by us there? We need somebody to draft behind. Behind the Snickers. Whoops, I swerved. Slow, draft a Snickers. See what I mean? Honestly, you know what? Perfect Snickers NASCAR commercial. Feeling slow, grab a Snickers. And race car goes flying by. Boom, commercial done. See, I told you, I'm a commercial idea guy. It's that simple, though. Take your existing thing, swap your existing phrases and key things and promo, and swap it around, make it fun for certain other material like racing or a holiday or whatever, and you're done. Oh yeah, okay, so you got that episode then. Yeah, no. The Truck Series was a freaking treat when it first started too. That had to be great around then. But yeah, him going to it and getting the frustration of then the pressure of the Cup Series off to enjoy just racing again was cool to hear about. Oh, the other, again, to prove my worth as a marketing person, the other thing, I posted on Facebook, also Snickers related, right before Halloween. Why is Snickers doing a commercial where they have the M&Ms and the Snickers and whatever? Like, yeah, okay, they're Mars, I get it, but like they're the same company and crossover, whatever. But why was there not a commercial where the kids go up to the door and ring the doorbell or whatever, have their little costumes on, and they say, Snicker Treat? Why was that not a commercial? Why was Snicker Treat not a Halloween commercial? In all of the years that Snickers existed, they've never once thought of that. And I thought of that, randomly. Not even trying to be the Snickers marketing guy. So right there, I got two. I got one for when they had a race car, and if they ever sponsor a race car again, and another for Halloween. Two big commercials done. Bam. Simple as that. Send me my money. Where's my paycheck? That's it. Switching careers. Wow, Labonte just blew by us. Hit the Sunoco afterburners. Well, we're gonna get a big run here because he checked up a little for little. Ha! I wasn't even trying for that one. We're gonna have to check up a little for little, or we'll sneak to the outside. No, didn't matter. I should have just checked up. I should have stayed with Labonte. No, actually, he would have ditched us right there anyway. So with that earlier yellow, we'll be able to make it past halfway. We might be able to one-stop this race. Oh, wow. Mike Skinner's way off pace. Oof. I thought I fixed the really, really slow driver thing that I had going on with this pack. I know it has to do... I could reduce the AI gap setting, but I'd also have to change the track settings to balance it out. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to reduce the AI gap setting for the super speedways. Or no, not... Sorry, never mind. Not for the early 90s. For the later 90s and early 2000s, I think the AI gap setting on the live stats should be like 0 or close to it, so the field stays closer together. But 92 they spread out. And 91 and 90 and all those years. I mean, they had packs, but not, you know, they were like this, where it's pack up there, pack back here. Go ahead, Hamilton. I had a funny one with the NASCAR 25 career mode. I was having input issues and I couldn't get my car to start qualifying. I was sitting in the car. Oh boy. I was sitting in the car ready to start qualifying, and no matter what button I pressed, it wasn't starting. And the spotter for me sitting there too long in the game was going, "Do you want me to come down there and start the car for you?" And I immediately yelled, "Yes, please," because I cannot. So I completely relate to you yelling in response to them. I'm gonna lose this draft right here too. Well, we'll pit this time anyway. I still got him, just barely. Just barely got that draft. I kind of want to, if I can stay one more, I still do want to stay one more if I still have draft. No, I'm going to pit. I'm going to lose him here. Get down to speed though. Okay. Oh, I apparently had plenty of time to get down to speed. I probably gave up some time there. Alright, hopefully we can make it to the end. I know it's a little close for 2 stops here. So like I said, that earlier caution cut a lot of laps out of the first run, so that's why we have had enough fuel to get to halfway, and then some. Now there's a caution. Please be on the lead lap. We're not. Well, depending on how it scored it. Bobby Hillen. He didn't even fully spin. I mean, he spun in front of my dad, I guess. Well, he kind of got in a cope there too.
Steve IMV said, "I always thought the crew chief sounded like Rusty Wallace."
I'm lapped. Frick. How many bad timed cautions are we gonna have today? I don't think he sounds like Rusty. I don't hear that. Rusty had way sharper of a southern twang. Or no, you're saying the crew chief, not the spotter. I'd have to hear him again, but no, you know what? I think I know what you were hearing, and I take back what I said. I think you're right. He does sound a bit like him. I do still think it need a sharper southern twang to really sound like him, but oh, they're wrecking. Oh, they're flipping. Is that Rusty? We were just talking about Rusty. That's Rusty. He's stuck on his side. You literally brought the announcer's jinx is real with chat. You chat jinxed Rusty Wallace. All right, I need to make sure I lift so we see this replay. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, he was there. It was already starting. I mean, no surprise that the replay's a little late. But it looks like Jimmy Spencer blew up. Or he blew up during that wreck because he's blowing smoke afterwards.
Said Days and Thunder moment, LOL.
Who was that stuck on their side in the Cup? Was that Haley this year in Cup? Oh, they all pit. They were short on fuel. And there's like... We're having a 1991 green-white checkered here, practically. What is with this? Why is there a gap? Oh, that's... Okay, he went high. What in the world? This is crazy. I mean, it cost us, like, the yellow while we were pitting was just terrible. Oh, no. Don't. No. If you're going to check up, give me room. Give me room, Neil. I need to go. I need to try to get... Oh, I can't get better than 32nd. Crap. Oh, Zane Smith. Okay. And there's Rusty ahead of us. He's totally fine. Put it back on the wheels. Keep racing. Why is everybody so slow right now? Sorry, Terry. He only got a little mad. It's fine. Also, Stick, I don't think you've been here for the live streams before. Just a random tidbit. I don't do the share draft as a rule to myself. Because I wanted to see... I think it's too easy to make friends with share draft. Especially Super Speedway. Somebody blew up down there. I look like Musgrave again. He's blown up twice today. The other reason I did that is... I'm curious to see, because when you pass people cleanly, you get 2 ally points. So, oh, Needham, Stanley Smith is my sponsor goal of who I have to beat to get the bonus for associate. And he, because of some well-timed cautions, he is doing insanely good. But yeah, so you get 2 points every time you cleanly pass. Like, I just cleanly passed Terry Labonte, so I should get 2 ally points. So I was curious to see if there's a certain point in career when you're passing more cars and lapping more cars, if you start to make allies naturally without using share draft. So that was my self-imposed rule for this playthrough, is not to share draft at all. And just let the allies and rivals play out how they may, and see if I can naturally make allies via passing. And the only time, unfortunately, because their ratings drop when nothing happens, if you don't have an interaction with them during a race, it's not really gotten anywhere on the ally side yet. And I forgot, I was going to manually make my dad an ally again. I never did that. But I think sometimes I get in a battle where I'm swapping the spot a handful of times, and I feel like I'd have to have 2 races in a row with that happening with somebody for it to really work out. Oh, Cope just wrecked behind us. He stuffed in the wall. He saved it, though. We had a lot of moments in this race. It was fun. Yeah, it's just a matter of whether... Because, like, I don't remember the rate at which their ratings drop if you don't do anything. Like, I don't know how many points... I don't remember how many points it drops. If somebody's at, like, say, a 30, and I don't see them all race, and don't touch them all race, do they drop to a 20? Does it drop to a 10? I don't remember.
With a very close finish.
Wow, you know, you're right. That was an incredible finish to an even more incredible race. This NASCAR Winston Cup Series is
It's just
so
a matter of
exciting to watch.
overcoming that.
The 7 car
And we have short
didn't have
races,
much of a
too.
race.
He stayed in the fight all race long. Things just never quite went his way.
The 7 car has begun a new rivalry on the racetrack.
Well,
Again?
you're out there beating and banging on
No, I
guys,
didn't.
some feathers are bound to get ruffled. Maybe after some time to cool off, they'll be back to racing with clear heads.
This has been NASCAR Winston
I don't
Cup
think I did.
Racing,
I made Jarrett
brought
mad
to
when
you
they
by
checked up
EA
there, but I didn't think it was that
Sports
bad.
and MRN. Next up is Pocono.
Pocono again. We're going to have 2 Pocono races in the same stream. That was the one thing that sucked about the schedule. Pocono was so close together.
Good idea, I should do the same with mine.
Heck yeah.
His number used to be 15 for league members.
I put my dad in the game, and I put his ratings as Dick Trickle's 1990 ratings or something similar. And then I was going to, I just, again, didn't have time for it. Oh, that's the first clip, or second clip. I was going to, oh, so Stanley Smith is +2, so I don't know, we have some ally points. I was going to
Stig IMB.
make his
Said
stats
Tokyo was
adjust.
way too close together, LUL.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to make his stats adjust based on how he did in the game in 1990. I was going to recalculate his stats for 91 based on the in-game results. I didn't get time to do that because I was working on the tool so much. So I'll probably do that from 91 to 92 with a little bit of randomization to vary it. So Davey Allison wins the July Daytona race, leading 3 laps right at the end. Probably that last restart. Mark Martin second, Harry Gant third after leading a lot from the pole. Ricky Rudd, Kenny Schrader, Mikey Waltrip with a 6th place finish. Morgan Shepherd up to 7th there. Darrell Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, and Tim Richmond. So Tim with a 10th place. I mean, Earnhardt only just ahead of him, but Tim should lose some ground on the points this week. Lake Speed 11th and Richard Petty 12th. Look at this. Rob Moroso, and then, of course, Stanley Smith destroyed us versus our sponsor goal there. Let me stop applying the...
Radio check.
Whoops.
Check that. Looks good.
Yep, okay.
Sounds okay.
Down the results. My dad ended up exactly 20th again, which is ironic. Rusty, after sliding on his driver's door through 3 and 4, ends up 21st, which is not bad, all things considered. We end up 31st, trapped a lap down. We gained 1 more spot. I guess Musgrave was lead lap when he blew up then. But we beat some big names here. Ernie Irvin, Neil Bonnet, Jeff Bodine. We managed to be ahead of them. Sterling Marlin's fast. Bill Elliott. Dale, I mean, just right down the list here. Jarrett Kowicki. Those are all good drivers. So that kind of worked out pretty well at the end. Well, it didn't work out well overall because we didn't meet our sponsor goal and we finished worse than we were running. But we beat some good cars. So, I don't know. Take that grain of salt. Let's glance at the standings here. So, yeah, okay. Tim Richmond's still leading the points, but now only a way smaller margin over Mark Martin. He's down to 30-point gap from last time I looked, it was 80-something. Harry Gant still 80-something back. Davey Allison in 4th, 162. Earnhardt has gained a lot in recent races as well. He's 169 back. And that's our top 5. I'll do more of a points rundown at the end of the stream too. I just wanted to see out of my own curiosity there. And as we get later season, we'll stay on top of that a little more. So we had a couple of things repair. We have very little bank right now. I lost my primary sponsor. Okay, which means they probably popped off. Yeah, there too. All right, so next stream there will be another new paint scheme. Something else I'm going to have to do is paint another car. For the rest, so I know it's not fitting the lore, but I'm not going to obviously just stop and then paint a car and then come back. I mean, I could do a painting stream if we wanted to. I don't know. Would you guys want to see that? Like if I just diverted and spent the rest of the stream painting my car for a next stream with my new sponsors? Because I could do that. So Busch Beer would want us to average 25th, which is not... I don't know what our average is, but that's probably not happening. Let's look at the average first before while you guys answer that, if you'd like to see painting for the rest of the stream. And completely pivot. I need to go to stats and can we, whoops, that's not the right button. I don't know what button sorts on this. I know it's circle, I know that, but I don't know what it is on my wheel. Oh, no, I don't want to quit. I need save states as well. Let's cycle around and do some save states. Save states? Those are words that came out of my mouth that are not words. What's my circle button map to? That one. Okay, I found it. So if we go to average finish and work down, we should find us somewhat quick. We're 36. Yeah, okay. So our average starts good, but our average finish is not even top 30. So I think by default, because this is average finish 25th, this is average finish the 30th, which is possible, but would take us a few good races to balance out. I think we're going to end up picking up Nestle Crunch, which actually did sponsor us in the 90s season. I could just load the Nestle Crunch car back in that I painted, because we didn't run that one much. Maybe I'll just do that. So we'll take Nestle Crunch. Our goal is still to finish 30th. And our driver sponsor... Ooh, we got the Stuart Hatteras yachts. I kind of want to... I mean, that logo is fantastic, and we already have Krispy Kreme on the team as the team sponsor, and Mac Tools everywhere else. So we're definitely taking that one. I didn't even look at the money, whether there was a difference there. All right, let's see what our... Do we have enough money to do this? Honestly, right now, our stable, like as far as our efficiency is low on most, but our power is pretty good. So I'm fine with the engines we have without doing repairs right now. The only body that could use it is this one. Now, if I did, I mean, that's not even great on repairs. I almost would rather sell it and then build a new one. I don't think we could afford to build a new one, but I'm still fine with selling it. I mean, oh, actually, that would still, I mean, the drafting sucks, but the downforce is good. We could afford, I mean, it's going to take a while, but we could afford it, barely. Hang on, let me back up. So this is good for a few races. This is good for many races with the higher durability. That means we could take our time with it. Yeah, we'll do it. All right, so scratch the idea of a painting stream. However, I am going to swap to my. Let me swap my view so you guys can see what's going on. I think I can swap to my. That's last year's one. There's the Crunch car. Okay. It is going to have a rookie stripe on it when it shouldn't, but I think for the remainder of this stream, I'm fine running this old scheme. I know it has other sponsors on it that it shouldn't, but that's also fine. Is there a good way to just generate paints only? That should handle it mostly. I'm going to have to do some renaming, but that's okay. We've done this on stream before. I'm fine with doing it. It doesn't take that long. So replacements. So I have this set player folder. We're going to cut these and go back. I'm going to set these to whatever ones get replaced. And the ones that don't, we will manually replace. Oh, actually, we changed sponsors in games. So these... That's going to change a lot of the files. I also don't need this one. That's the wrong suit. We'll have to go on track in practice and then update some files and dump some textures and see, which is fine. Alright, so again, just save states. Just for safety's sake, I need to re-randomize the live paints. Randomize, apply. And that's all we need there. And let's see. We're going back to Pocono. We were drifty as heck, so I want tire grip. Last time we were drifty as heck. We want power. I'm not super concerned about fuel efficiency. I kind of want to save that for somewhere where I think we'll need it. I mean, Pocono... No, you know what? Pocono's another long race. We'll take it here. We want downforce. Drafting isn't as big of a deal. What's next after that? Hang on, I gotta switch back to the Pocono stats. So then we have, we have Talladega right after. So they ran Daytona and Talladega that close together. My goodness. Yeah, they really did. So Pocono, Michigan, Daytona, Pocono, Talladega is like the summer sprint there. My goodness. And they thought it was a lack of playoffs that was why the summer had a drop in people watching. Okay, well anyway, that's set up to the race stuff now. All right. What was I doing? Oh, selecting the body. Okay, so we'll save our highest or our highest drafting for Talladega, and we'll use this one that got repaired. We're gonna hop into practice just to get the car, or no, we can do it in qualifying, and then we'll just choose to restart qualifying because we're gonna be screwing around to do this. All right, so first thing. Textures, and then I want to go see my pit stall and the outside of the car. So there's our pit stall over there. It's got waste management on it. Dump textures again with this stuff visible. So we got this folder, we got the dumps folder, we sort by date, and there's most of the stuff. So there's our the Rain-X sign, we want the crunch sign. So the Rain-X sign could get deleted. Is that our pit box? No, that's Rob Moroso's pit box. Oh, I guess I could pause the game so we don't keep getting yelled at. Where did my car dump to? Just do this. There's my car. So we grab that. That for the 63, we put that, we put that minus the last 4 digits, we put that minus the last 4 digits, and that's good. Our stats, we need to find, that actually shouldn't have changed, that should still be, oh my goodness, game, please. Oh, I'm not listed because I didn't do a lap yet. That still shouldn't have changed, that icon should be the same, so we could just override our existing one. So we just do that, named, do that, and rename, and then we get rid of those. My in-car driver's suit, we want to cut this one and replace that one, delete that guy. These can get deleted. And our pit box. Do I have a pit box? Yes, I do. Okay. Oh, that one says temp. Oh, then I think the pit box. No, it's still showing it. Do I need to reload textures? Maybe that's what I didn't do. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So now, yes, we have a rookie stripe, but the car is correct, and everything else should be. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're good to go back to racing. And let me switch this back. We'll restart qualifying, so I have my fair shake here. I'm going to roll qualifying. Oops. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. We'll restart one more time, because I'm trying to... Hang on, we actually have to restart and then click that. I should have paused it. Okay, qualifying's rolled. We are good to go. So that's about how long it takes to swap my car as long as I have a paint ready, but obviously don't always have a paint ready. I forgot how to run turn 1 again. We just learned this. I should be better this time than I was last time because I have recent, laps here. I just realized the seam on the gloves is like invisible on this Crunch Bar 1. Or it's just a thin line of white. No, I don't know. It's like white to gray. It's weird. It looked like it was invisible, but maybe it's not. I still never finished swapping the tacks to the dark background. I only did the main tack in one gauge, and I never got to the rest of them. Mosby, there's an AI project for you. Get them to generate the rest of the tack, the fuel and the oil. I mean, I could do that too. I just haven't. I don't bother with that. But I was remaking them, and the little, I changed the shade on the, you can see on the RPM gauge, it's a different color than the other gauges. I like that brighter orange. It seems more accurate to what it's supposed to be. This should definitely be a faster lap. I hit turn 1 better, and I think I performed pretty well at the other ends too, the other 2 corners. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be faster. 24th. I will take it. That's pretty good for where our equipment is. Okay.
Welcome to Pocono Raceway, located in the heart of the beautiful Pocono Mountains for today's Pennsylvania 500 on
is Stanley
MRN.
Smith in the
What
field?
can we look for on this unusual
Yes, okay,
track,
we're good.
Barney?
The corners here at Pocono can be absolutely brutal, and gear selection is crucial for those long straightaways. The drivers that'll do the best are the ones that can set their turns up correctly and slingshot out of them
Oh,
for
Ed
that extra
Bierschweil's in the
boost.
field.
Dale Earnhardt comes to the track with the hopes of maintaining his top 5 points position.
Improving
Gaining
it
a leader
even.
is tough when you are in the top 5 in points. It takes you having a good race and the leader having a bad one in order to gain anything substantial.
Bill Elliott owned and drove for his own race team for 6 years before joining Ray
not
Everett
yet.
in 2001.
Nope.
You know,
Future.
driving for your own
Future.
race team is a tough deal. I think Bill is
Future.
happy to get back to worrying about one
However that
thing,
goes from
being
SpongeBob.
fast out there on the racetrack.
The 7 car really needs a good finish in this
Oh,
race.
Jarrett's mad.
He's got a long
That's right,
way
I
to go on
rear-ended
the
him.
points list.
And how frustrating that must be. You're working just as hard as everyone else, yet you just can't seem to finish well on race days to gain the valuable points you need. These guys need a good finish just to regain their confidence as a team.
Okay. Also future jets. Okay, let's roll the stats and roll that. Pile on and go racing. Mark Martin, Alan Quickie to front row. Points leader Tim Richmond is 8th. My dad is 6th in qualifying. Hot dang. There's a little bit of randomization in the qualifying that somebody has a really good or really bad qualifying effort versus their normal. Oh gosh. Versus where they should be. And I guess my dad got a good roll. There's our sponsor goal right in front of me. I'm digging in. I'm digging. Oh gosh. Oh, why did I lock up? I did way too much braking, and now I'm stuck on Rutman, and he's gonna be mad. That's okay. Sorry, Rutman, but no, don't dive into 3. Don't do it. We both did it. He's still there. If you think I went in the corner hard, he did the same thing a lane lower and then some. Look at that. He rang that dinner bell into 3. Roared like a food lion on entry. I don't know. Oh, wait, I'm bad at turn 1 sometimes. Like that time. Glad I didn't get to his inside. He's already a little upset at me. Rick Mast, what are you doing back here, boy? Oh no! Oh, I was gonna say a fun fact about Rick Mast is that Rick Mast that I think is kind of funny is if you look at pictures of him from the early 90s and you look at pictures of John C. Reilly from around Talladega Nights, they look like brothers. They had really similar visual styles to him, and I think that's a fun thing to check out if you haven't. Alright, well, we got work to do to get both sponsor goals of top 30 and Stanley Smith up here. I'm just glad that wreck didn't get worse. I didn't totally get turned there. It's not great, I'm sure, but it's not bad. I'm still moving pretty quick here early on. I think we still have a shot of getting up to the top 30. I'm not sweating yet.
Say I am beat. Said over 20 years later, I would never get the tunnel turn figured out in this game.
I actually usually, again, I'm still getting used to a wheel in this game, but on a controller, the tunnel turn I kicked butt. Like that was my, honestly, even on iRacing on the sim on the old Pocono, on this version of Pocono, the tunnel turn was my jam. That was where I made up the most time versus the average person. On a wheel, as I hit Stanley there, different story. Oh, Stanley was one of the few people I had positive ally with from passing him. Granted, it was only +4, but it was about to be +6 if I didn't do that. Now it's going to be -4 probably. Not that it much matters. But yeah, tunnel turn's usually really good for me on games and sims alike. On the old configuration. On new Pocono, I don't know. I haven't run it enough. I'm probably slow there. Also, this is the only track I've driven, the only cup track that I've driven a race car on. I obviously race dirt locally and whatever, but yeah, this is the only cup track. Oh, Mast is up here. Is he mad? Yes, he is. You know, part of me wishes I didn't save that so it would bring a freaking yellow. My gosh. We're just having a fight this whole race. I mean, Rick was fast. He shouldn't have been back here with us to begin with, but man, it's really going to set us back. The 2 run-ins with him. Jimmy's passing us. Fellow Pennsylvania racer.
Still beside you. We're falling back. Focus on your marks, buddy.
Rick Madst. I like that. That's a good one. Good pun. You know, I made him mad and he caught up to me so that he could scold me. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I made a bad skull pun and I hit you at the same time. But I couldn't help myself. Stanley Smith in my favorite paint scheme of the '91 season ends up being our assigned goal, sponsor goal. Which is good. We get to see more of this paint scheme. Oh, I missed one as per half of the time usual. Missed turn 1. But he did the NTO4 AI thing of, I'm going to block where you are. And he ran high as well. Not realizing that'd be bad.
That's a textbook pass there. Good job. All clear, buddy.
Alright, so 1 sponsor goal. Oh, Davey just took the lead. 1 sponsor goal down at this juncture. The other, we got to get 5 more people. I mean, not sponsor goal not in the bag, as we saw at Daytona. And here last time as well. But definitely a good start. We at least have... We have our qualifying goal because that's average finish, and we're killing that one. And this is our associate goal of beating Stanley Smith. So 5 more spots to get the primary goal, but that's going to be tough with how much ground we lost from our Rick Mast run-ins. Oh, Earnhardt took the lead now. Man, the points are going to get interesting with how much Earnhardt's just destroying it. Like, race to race right now. And Mark Martin's right there in points on Tim Richmond. It's like all 3 of them should converge late in the season here, the way they're going. Martin's 3rd and Richmond's 6th. And Earnhardt leading. Like, that all 3 of them are going to converge the way they're going. I mean, any one bad blow up or accident can change that. I mean, Martin spun out at Daytona, but apparently did okay because of the way the yellows fell and everything. He ended up okay and he didn't destroy his car. He didn't fare as bad as Rusty did on his side. Granted, Rusty still finished top 30 or 25th or something. I don't know, somewhere around there. Remember catching Marcus and we're catching Cope up there, but beyond that, I don't think we're a lot faster than anybody else. We might be a little faster, but we're so far back. We honestly kind of need a yellow, but not during the pit cycle, or not after we pit, essentially. Unless it's way after we pit, then maybe, but we kind of need a yellow to get some of this ground back. And honestly, if we got a yellow, I would fix the damage during the pit stop too. I would do that rather than, like, I'm not going to do that on the green, but I would do it now. See, I'm decent in the tunnel turn once I have it down. Like I said, I had to adjust to the wheel a little bit, but I mean, this is our second time at Pocono today, so fairly adjusted to it, I think. I'm also not sure what year, if any, I'm debating going back to 25% later in the career, but also, like, I don't know. I'm on the fence on it. This is 18% race length. I wanted to do 20, but 20 makes the pit stops funky because the second pit stop technically could still happen near the end of the race at tracks like Michigan where there is a second stop. Actually, I think you might be right. Maybe 25% does have 2 stops normally by default. But 20% doesn't make it short enough to eliminate the second one, and it ends up being near the end of the race. I know at least for Pocono and Michigan that's definitely the case. For other tracks I don't remember. But 18% is about the sweet spot to get one stop with the 25% fuel and tire wear. And to get, like, so that there's no funkiness happening with pit stops unless a weird yellow comes out. Alright, we're gonna get Cope. Slowly but surely we're getting Cope. Next is Chad Little. Actually, we're catching Chad pretty quick, it looks like, decently. So we should be able to get him as well. We're going to be really close to that 30th mark, I think. Just depends on the pace of the guys up there, because some of them qualified better and worse and whatever, so there's, you know, there's some of that variance going on. There's also the new feature I have, or the newest feature I've added, which is the slight random stat variance, which I have it set to 3, which isn't doing a lot, but it's doing some. And it actually re-rolls every so often during the race, so that you have drivers that pick up and lose speed throughout the day, you know, kind of emulating adjustments or wearing their tires out differently than each other. So I mean, like, I know it's a subtle change, but actually I think it happened with Jimmy Spencer, because we drove away from Jimmy Spencer, and he's caught back up to us now, and is trying. I didn't want to chop his nose there. Also, some people are pitting. Ooh, somebody blew up and didn't go in. Rob Moroso blew up, and he's going to try to do a whole nother lap, and Jimmy Spencer pit. So I'm gonna shake things up. Honestly, there's no apron in one. There's no apron. Moroso might get run over and cause a yellow by doing a whole lap. So we definitely do not want to. I mean, I didn't want to pit till halfway anyway, but definitely do not want to pit till at least the track's clear here. We got some open track to work with and try to dig. I say as I aggressively run out of turn 2 there. Flirting with the wall a little bit. Alright. So Rick Wilson's the next car ahead of me. He actually is, I think he was 30th before people started pitting. Granted, Moroso was behind us to begin with, wasn't he? Or no, maybe not. Moroso might have been ahead of us. I don't know. I don't remember seeing him, so he was probably ahead of us.
Watch the cars coming out of the
That means he was having a really good race too. So in the pit cycle, Ricky Rudd I think just passed Earnhardt because Earnhardt's close. Yeah, they're swapping the lead back and forth. So battle for the lead as we're nearing halfway. We're also still trying to get all the way around the track, blown up. I think turn 3 he'll be alright. The AI doesn't usually run super low in 3, but 1 and 2 they definitely had a chance of running into him. So yeah, I mean, Rick Wilson in the 8 is probably my target for top 30, but with Moroso blowing up, he might be 29th. Earnhardt got like I said, they swapped the lead there. Rudd led a lap, and then Earnhardt got back by him.
Well, that rear's getting warm.
There you go. It was a pretty smooth tunnel turn. I slowed down a little extra, but I got in the gas pretty early, so it kind of balanced out. Barkdahl and Irvor ahead of us there. Irv's got a very interesting paint scheme. He's got one of the weirder paint schemes that I didn't know existed prior to painting these cars that I actually kind of like. It's got kind of a teal, bluish green, and a silver and yellow, and it's just that color combo is very unique. It's not, I can't think of another race car I've seen it on that actually. I can only think of one race car that I've seen it on that I think looked bad because the silver was just gray. I mean, granted, in this game, you can't really get silver all that great either, so it's pretty gray, but I still like the paint scheme. And you get to see it here in a second if you haven't before. He's 2 cars ahead of me right now. We should get by him before I pit next lap. Or, well, this lap now. Didn't we got lapped at Pocono before we pit last time. And this time I gotten 2 basically wrecks, or half wrecks, and I'm not going to get lapped before pit stops. That's kind of by a margin. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if I was that much worse last time or what happened. Oh, maybe we're not going to... Oh, no. Maybe we're not going to get to see the Irvor paint.
You're clear.
Oops, I missed 3 a little bit. That's okay, though. We're pitting here. We did gain a little bit of ground on Wilson over that run, so that's a good sign. Oh, get down to speed. No! You got to be kidding me. I can't even take 2, can I? No, we can't go that far on 2 tires. Oh, frick. Well, there goes the top 30. Without a yellow before the race is over, we're pretty much stuck for not getting the top 30. Look how long you have to sit there. Actually, that was still... I mean, I lost time for sure, but that still didn't seem that bad. That didn't seem like 5 seconds. Maybe the in-car view glitches that. I normally switch to the out-of-car view because I know the in-car has some weird visuals with pit stops. And I swear, as a kid, I swear they make more mistakes when you stay in the in-car view than when you switch out. But I don't know for sure. That was just teenage me or young me thinking preteen me. I don't know what year it was. No, I guess I was a teenager then, just barely. I swear I noticed that it was like that. That in-car had more pit crew mistakes than out-of-car view. Could have been placebo, but who knows? Alright, so I have no idea where we're going to end up. Stanley Smith is a freaking mile... Or maybe... Oh, he probably didn't pit yet. Okay. I'll have to see where he ends up then. After he pits. I think we'll still be ahead of him. We had a pretty good gap on him. We passed him really early. He's a fairly slow driver. That's why I was okay with having him as a sponsor goal. Granted, we were running that bad when I picked up that sponsor, so just been slowly getting just a little bit better, and it makes a big difference with how close they are back there. Did Rudd still not pit yet? I guess not. Looks like Earnhardt went in. And out, for that matter. Now there's a yellow. Ah, shoot. Well, I said shoot, but I wanted pits to cycle fully. They cycled mostly. This is really going to shake up the running order, though. So we're 1 lap down, but there's a lot of people 1 lap down. I'm second to last of 1 lap down, so part of me is saying I should just pit again, but also those guys have to pit, some of them, like Stanley Smith. So I don't know if I'm better off with 2 tires or staying out, because there's only our 3rd lap on these tires. Should I stay or should I 2? Let's see what the yellow is. I think we're too far back for 2. Is it Irv? Oh no, it was Barkdahl. Barkdahl looped it. Look out, Davey! Oh, Davey crunched him. It's right in the left front fender. I'm gonna stay out, I think. We're too many spots behind Stanley to 2-tire leapfrog him. Oh my god, Kyle Petty got the lead. Wait, Stanley didn't pit? Or was he already on pit road when the yellow came out? Oh no. Dude, if I knew they weren't gonna, that few were gonna pit, I would have just absolutely come in. That's big trouble. That's Tim Richmond and Mikey and more. Oh, they're still piling up. Holy big one. We're 23rd. That helped us. I mean, Stanley's still ahead of us, but holy cow, Tim Richmond wrecked. Points leader. Spins out on a restart in turn 1. Collects Mikey Walter. Mikey definitely was out. Man, that was a big moment. And there's people pitting now. Guys, why didn't you pit under the yellow? It makes no sense. Now you're going to be EOL. Alright, I need to lift before the line so we get a replay, because that was crazy. Okay, if I lose a spot to Jimmy, I lose it. Whatever. No, I think I still got it. Alright. Yeah, Tim just had an issue. Looked like he lost rear... Oh, my God. He flipped over Hutch Strickland and Dale Jarrett. Neil Bonnet got turned. He might have also blew up. He rolls over top of 2 people. My dad sneaks right through the middle of that. And Mikey slams the back of Neil. Man, all kinds of stuff happened. Okay, Stanley pit, so we're ahead of him now. Oh my gosh. My dad's in the top 10 by the way these yellows flew, because he stayed out and there's only 10 cars in the lead lap, so as long as he doesn't do what Tim just did, he'll be alright for a top 10. I just need to stay in the top 30, which should be... if I can turn the car, it should be fine. Look, Cope, I know you're mad at me for getting into you there in the turn 1, but you went to my outside in turn 1 after seeing me miss turn 1 now for, like, you know, half of 2 races each. By Bobby Hillman, who's got a different paint scheme this week in the Tyson car. Oh yeah, Rick's mad.
Still beside you. Careful.
Maybe it's good I missed turn 1, because otherwise Rick would have hit me. No, don't do it. Don't.
Still there.
Just go, Rick.
Okay, we're clear.
Oh, Ricky Rudd took the lead off Earnhardt since the restart. DW's up there. Heck of a battle going on up front. And Tim Richmond wrecked out of, I think he was 4th when he wrecked. Yeah, it looks like he DNF'd, Michael Waltrip, Neil Bonnet. All 3 of them DNF'd in that wreck. It's crazy. Oh, I don't want to tick Rick off more. Tick Rick. I did. I just hit him. No, he didn't get more mad. He's just as mad as he was, but not. That's probably debris. That's probably debris. Keep an eye out for it. Okay, I don't see it, so we're good. Because if I hit the debris and get a flat, we're doomed, but... Oh, well, it was a debris yellow anyway. Accidentally skipped it because of the throttle thing with wheels. I remembered to shift right away. Although we're still slow to get up to speed here. Just need to maintain our top 30. It's only what? Is it a green-white checkered again? Are we going to do this twice here? Was it here last time we did green-white checkered?
Still beside you. You're halfway on fuel.
Alright, Joe Rutten got by me, no big deal.
Take it easy. We're falling back. Focus on your marks, buddy.
Another debris yellow. This is the only thing about this game that I really, really wish I could fix, that I have no plans to attempt trying to fix, because it's such a... I'd have to fix the when AI pits code to think about damage and actually repair damage, which they might not even have the option for. I don't know. So that's a lot of things to try to fix, and I don't think I could do all that. Yeah, debris yellow from Barkdahl. Actually, Barkdahl wrecked, or no, that was from Bierschweil in the 23. The Richard Petty, I think, was the other yellow. He had no front end there, or maybe, well, no, he wasn't that one because the camera's not on him. He was probably the last one, and he dove in the grass behind us there. All right. Well, the points shakeup is gonna happen because Tim Richmond is 39th, and Dale Earnhardt won again, and Mark Martin is 8th, who was 2nd in points. So there's gonna be a big shakeup.
There sure were a lot of cautions in this one.
Well, it was definitely a busy day for the Pontiac pace car driver.
Ah.
I really don't know why we had so many. Just one of those races, I guess.
The 7 car is starting to find out who doesn't like him on the racetrack.
That certainly looks
Yeah,
way.
that one right there,
Not
Rick
sure who
Mast.
started everything, but it should be fun to watch over the next couple of races to see what develops.
And then he
For
got his
all of us here at
revenge,
EA Sports
and I made a
MRN,
fun
thanks
save.
for joining us today. We'll see you next week in Talladega.
Alright, I actually want to see some of these replays then. Next one's going to be just us going across the finish line. Yeah, nothing doing there. Okay, so here's where I got into a mass the first time. So we'll do the slow-mo just to see, but you see I got loose in. And I mean, technically we netcoded. What is this, iRacing? We netcoded. And wrecked pretty good. Lucky we didn't wreck worse. And then the next one, he went and he got his revenge. Right on corner entry, the same turn. Just hooks a right at the number 1 brake marker. I thought I was spinning. I mean, the wall helped a little bit, but it started to just come back from the slide right before I got the wall, so that worked out pretty nice. Good little drift, good little dirt track action. Alright, so Mast is a little mad. Earnhardt's over my mistake at Sonoma. We got all of our sponsor goals through all of that mayhem. My god, that was a highlight creator. Alright, so Earnhardt wins, lead most laps. Ricky Rudd kept trading the lead with him all day, ended up 2nd. Davey Allison led one in there and third. Harry Gant, Darrell Waltrip hung on to a top 5. Sterling Marlin, Kenny Schrader, Mark Martin, Kyle Petty got a top 10, and my dad snuck a top 10 with a well-timed caution. And that was it for lead lap cars, the way the yellows fell. And the way they collected some front runners. Morgan Shepherd, Ernie Irvin, other notables here. I don't think any more notables until you get to, we ended up 26, which was good for our equipment and everything. We beat Stanley Smith, which was our sponsor goal. And yeah, the other notables, as mentioned, Tim Richmond wrecking, collecting Michael Waltrip, Neil Bonnet, and honestly, they might have collected Dave Marcus. I mean, they were still wrecking in my mirror when we went by. I'd have to probably look back at it to see, but they might have collected Marcus considering they were on the same lap there. So, yeah, that was a pretty big pileup for sure. And Rob Moroso blew up earlier in the race. Oh boy. All right. Well, I know Talladega's next, but I'm going to, after we load and look at some standings and set up stuff, I'm going to end the stream after this. So that was the last race. Let me do a save state just for safety's sake. Let's set up our team stuff and then we'll look at the standings. So, oh, I had other sponsors expire. Well, that's actually good timing then because, oh, they didn't get mad. They expired. I wonder if the main one did. I didn't think I ran that many races with it. So I'll get a new crunch car painted up for the new, for the next stream. So we could take channel lock. I think our average is 25th. Let's double check. It might be 26th. We might take the max cards to be safe. Just so we have kind of a more guaranteed. Well, there's a preview of the standings. I feel like I was 26 last time I looked at it. I'm still 26. Okay, so we should take the max race cards, which I think is a more fun sponsorship anyway, as our secondary, just so we have it. I'd rather the guaranteed bonus for majority of the next few races than the risky, like I have to keep qualifying top 25 and get that number to change. We'll do this. We need one safe sponsor. Finishing 30th that's been our about where we're running every week, so I'm fine leaving that. Our Stanley Smith one is not a guarantee, but a pretty safe one as well. And our team one expired. Oh, we could put McDonald's on there. I had Valvoline before, which initially my brain was like, I should have Valvoline again. But I also was like, didn't McDonald's put Nestle Crunch Bars in as like a snack very briefly in the 90s, 2000s? Am I crazy? Am I thinking of Lunchables putting Nestle Crunch Bars in? Because I know that happened. Hang on. I'm going to Google this real quick. McDonald's and Crunch Bar. No, I don't. It doesn't seem like they ever... They have done Kit Kats in their like McFlurry stuff or whatever. And M&M's is a Mars brand, which is... No, wait, Crunch is Nestle. That's a competitor. Never mind. So, okay. As much as I want to put McDonald's on, I don't think I can. So we could either put Crunch in another spot or... I'll put Valvoline. We used them before. I'd rather Valvoline have a new spot than that. So we can't take McDonald's because of our main sponsor, is how I'm looking at it. We did not have... Okay, I still have this open to... Do we want to... The efficiency will go up, but the power is about the same. I think I'm just going to repair it. And you know what? I have a lot of these in good shape. We're going to take our time and save some money and just take a slow repair. Wow, what a random name, Dick Chang. Dick Chang has been doing a good job with with our engines. Oh man. Also, by the way, guys in chat and guys in the comments, I can throw your names in as crew members and stuff. We're pretty far in the season, but I haven't done that this year, so we could totally do that. So let me know if anyone wants their name thrown in, and let me know what your name is. We got 4 races till our chassis tire wear upgrade comes in. All right, now let's look at the standings, and then we'll call it a stream. So, if you were eagle-eyed when I came by here earlier, Mark Martin is our new points leader. I'm surprised Earnhardt hasn't gained more than that, but Mark Martin is our points leader by 42 over Harry Gant. Handsome Harry. Tim Richmond falls from first to third, now 72 back. He was like 30-something up prior to his wreck. Dale Earnhardt is 102 behind Mark Martin, and he's been on a tear, so I would not count him out yet. Davey Allison 110 back. I mean, like this top 5, 110 points is just a bad day. Like that's a bad day versus a good day in this old format. So that's like I would say that's less than a 1 race gap. I think 130 something used to be the max from first to last, potentially. So Kenny Schrader out of that range in 6th, Ricky Rudd in 7th, Ernie Irvin 8th, Sterling Marlin 9th, and rounding out our top 10 in points is Bill Elliott. And out of curiosity, my dad is 22nd in points. Pretty close to... Wow, Jeff Bodine's way back. Pretty close to Bodine and Hamilton. A little bit of a gap on Musgrave. And we are 36th in points. Pretty large, not large, but we're a little bit behind Cope. We're not crazy far. But we're literally, of the full-time drivers, we are the last. So that's a really bad sign. This year started out really bad. So maybe we could pick that up. Maybe we could get a little better. And pick off a few of these guys back here, but we're kind of running near them more than we are destroying them. So there's a lot. The other thing, in fairness, there's a lot of part-time drivers. There's 36 cars that are full-time if you include me. So there's, I can't math right now. There's 7 part-time drivers that fill each field. So that's not quite. It's not quite gonna be very fair as far as the points gap there. If we had 40 cars that were full time, I'd probably be better than 30. Or I wouldn't be better than 36. I could probably still be 36. Is what I'm trying to say. So move of the races for the day for the stream. We had Davey Allison at Infineon, which was probably him avoiding slamming me when Earnhardt hit me. Harry Gant got move of the race at the first Pocono race. Kowicki got it for Michigan. Stanley Smith got it at Daytona, which makes sense. He freaking ended up like 15th or better or something, the way that those yellows fell. And our second Pocono race was Ernie Irvin. Probably for missing Tim Richmond's wreck. I'll have to go back and look at that footage, but that was pretty crazy. Man, we had was it 3 flips if you count Rusty being on his side, and I feel it wasn't somebody else on their side at one point. I know Mikey got air, but didn't quite flip. Tim Richmond flipped for sure. Yeah, we had some wrecks today. We had some crazy moments. The Rookie of the Year battle. Ooh, that's a tight points battle. Bobby Hamilton just barely ahead of Musgrave. So that one's gonna go down to the wire, I think, at this rate. And we got a 3-way tie for poles. I'm actually surprised that isn't more random for the poles with my new qualifying stuff. And despite how much Earnhardt's been dominating recently, Tim Richmond dominated a lot early season, so he's still the lap leader, but the tides are shifting here. So next time we'll be back for Talladega. That's number 17 of 29. So really we're past we passed halfway this stream, just barely. So there's still a lot of season left. We're just past halfway. So a lot of things can change. But I hope you guys tune in for these. I'll have a new crunch paint scheme for next stream. Next Saturday I have a note for myself to paint a car. There was something I said earlier in the stream that I was like, I always forget to do this, and I didn't write it down. But I have that noted anyway, so there's at least something. We'll see you guys next Saturday, if not sooner. I might do, well, I'm going to do a NASCAR 25 stream, more career mode of that sometime this week. I don't know when yet, but I do want to play more of that. So, yeah, tune in for that when it pops in, or watch it after the fact. Either way is cool. And we'll see you guys next Saturday otherwise. So thank you guys, and